got to get out. Neil's hanging there.
Don't be a dumb
I'm trying to get out, Neil.
Right
Neil,
there.
I'm trying to get. These guys thought I was going to give them an enema. And when I said, hey, I'm going to run over 10 o'clock now they're all.
My favorite thing was when you came on here and you said, meet Kimba. That was my favorite.
Is that it?
I loved it.
Hey, let me ask you this. I've had to sit in here now for 2 hours with Beast, who, using some of your vernacular, hates me like poison.
Yeah. Has he
like
been farting
poison.
a lot?
No, he hasn't. I think he's been afraid to.
On his best behavior.
I think he's afraid I was going to jump over the table on him.
You could squash him with your thumb. You
could cut the tension in here. You could cut it with a butter knife.
Yeah.
You want to feel
so thick.
You want to feel tension.
Thick. And you know what thick is when I'm looking at Beast, and thick just comes to my mind.
Yeah, he's scared schmittless of you, man. That's
yes,
the problem.
He is. But he still hates me like poison. I'll walk out of this room and I'll feel the knife.
Someone
in
else
my
is
back.
taking your place.
All right, Neil.
What does that mean? Somebody else is taking his place. What does that mean?
I have no. He hasn't made. I've been here for 2 hours. He hasn't made sense yet. Is that new, or is that something new?
He may not be good. He may be a fat pig, but at least he's consistent, man. That's what Clarence says.
Oh.
In fact, Clarence hired him because he said he had a few openings at the station. Hey, listen, Kim, it's good hearing from you.
Always a pleasure, Neil. Thank you.
See ya.
Neil Rogers. God. What the hell does that mean?
I went to an orgy at the county jail, looking for a bubba that I could nail. Everyone's humping and doing their thing. We're all begging inmates and we do that thing. Well, let's fuck. Everybody, let's fuck. Okay. Naked bodies all over the cell block.
Yes.
We're banging at the jailhouse. Officer 47 was banging inmate 3. They were the cutest couple that I ever seen.
Absolutely.
This one inmate was eyeing me with a twitch. He said, come over here so I can make you my bitch. So let's fuck. Everybody, let's fuck. Naked bodies in the cell block. We're banging at the jailhouse. This one officer was standing all alone. In the bulge in his pocket was hard as stone. The warden said, buddy, what you doing over there? Bang yourself an inmate and quit whacking in that chair. Let's fuck. Everybody, let's fuck. Naked bodies in the cell block. We're banging at the jailhouse.
Oh, here we go again.
Relentless bastard.
He can't control himself. Anyway, we got some bad news for the Rush fans momentarily, but anyway, before we get to that, well, this is probably going to even be worse news when we read the poll result. Let's put it off for a second, because they're under a lot of stress. Even he's under enormous stress. Meet Kimba. Good man, Kimba Bocamper. And you better say he's a good guy, because I don't like the Bo thing. I like Kimba a lot better. Meet Kimba.
Sounds a little gay.
Ever see the two of them together?
No.
No. He likes to dress up in that when he does a
I've
show
never
on
seen
Zeta.
her.
You have never seen her?
I heard she was fat.
She's fat and she sounds just like she looks. And
Ridiculous?
she looks just like she sounds. Real butch and dykey looking. Meet Kimba. Me, a redwood tree. In fact, even more so than Anna Cornaholia. At least Anna Cornaholia is attractive as opposed to Kimba, who looks like a man who just can't find her way through its way. Anyway, anybody know is Kimba still on Zeta? Do we have a report on that yet, Scott?
Someone will call.
Somebody will call. WQM Zeta line.
Hello?
What is it?
Yeah, I'm trying to reach Zach.
Trying to reach Zach.
Right.
Zach who?
Zachary Taylor.
Zachary Taylor?
Yeah.
William Henry Harrison is standing by. He'll be right with you. What the hell was that?
Reverend Jones.
Huh? No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
You think everybody's Reverend Jones.
Whatever.
That was not Reverend Jones.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, man.
No.
You dummy down already, Rush? What?
What?
I told Rush to pop a big one. He did. Oh, we got some bad news. Nobody knows who this is, so I guess that makes it much less bad news. Florence Stanley died.
She died?
I know who that is.
You do?
Sure. Bernice.
Gravelly voiced stage and TV actress best known as Bernice.
She died?
The wife of Detective Phil Fish Abe Vigoda on Barney Miller. See, I never watched Barney Miller. I hated that show.
That was all right.
There was a whole genre of those shows. Well, just dozens of those, like, what was the, Three's Company? Oh, I shouldn't have said that because John Ritter just died too. All of those. Horrible.
Yeah.
What was the one with Pat Harrington?
No similarity.
What was the one with Pat Harrington where he played the janitor? One Day at a Time? Bonnie Franklin?
Okay, yeah.
Was that the one?
One Day at a Time, yeah.
Oh,
crap.
Good golly, Miss Molly. How could anybody watch those shows? What were they, from like the late 70s?
Because Bonnie Franklin never wore a bra and Valerie
Welcome
Bertinelli
Back,
was cute.
Kotter.
Oh.
I did watch the one with Kirk Cameron in it because he was cute, but that was a horrible. No, I didn't even watch that show.
No.
What was the one?
Growing Pains or something?
Growing Pains.
Really?
Oh,
I got it right.
I got a
never
pain
watched
every time I saw him grow. But he was born-again Christian, Kirk Cameron.
Growing Pains?
He was growing it. Anyway, she was on Barney Miller, also had regular roles on My Two Dads and Nurse. And she appeared in films like Outrageous Fortune, Up the Down Staircase, and Atlantis, The Lost Empire. She died October 3rd. Well, this is a little bit late coming, I guess. Better late than never. October 3rd from complications of a stroke in Los Angeles at age 79.
She died?
Florence Stanley is dead. Damn it. Been a bad year for dead celebrities, I'll tell you that. You know what I mean, Mo?
Absolutely.
Oh, brother, I watched my backside. Oh, I like this story before we get to all the Rush stuff. We got a lot more Rush stuff, too. A lot of fish to fry.
Well, you don't have to rush through it.
WQAM Kimberline.
Yes, Kimba update.
Yes.
She does 8 to midnight on Light 101.5.
She's on Light?
Yep.
She's a little bit heavy to be on Light, ain't she?
That's it. But
Okay, thanks for the good news, Pally. She's off of Zeta. She's on Light, which
Light
is
FM.
WLYF, right?
That's
Slush 101.5. Slush. Me Kimba. She's probably had to tone it down a little bit. Because she was on Zeta when we were playing like classic rock. She was like, Meet Kimba, you douchebag. You know, that kind of thing. Very, very butch. Even butcher than Randy. Can you believe that Randy and Jim are getting a divorce? Did you hear that scuttlebutt the other day? Did we really care?
I didn't know they were
No.
married.
Huh?
I didn't know they had actually gotten married.
Oh, yes, a long time ago. Don't you keep track of these things?
Yeah, right.
Wait till you hear this story. You like this. Troyman man charged with teaching dog Hitler salute.
All right.
This is a
Did it
real
work?
story from the Brit newspaper Anna Nova. A German man is to appear in court charged with teaching his dog to give the Hitler salute. I guess he was just trying to be a good American. The black sheepdog mix named Adolf has been taught to lift his right front paw straight up in salute on command. Kind of like El Presidente. Well, speaking of El Presidente, we got a great new Rush, not a cartoon, a thing on our website.
An advertisement.
An ad for Rush. He's peddling something, okay? Anybody want to buy a couple? I'll take 300, Little Blue. Police were called to the scene in Berlin where Roland T., 54, shouted at passers-by last year. When a patrol arrived, he allegedly showed them the trick he had taught his dog, gave the salute along with Adolf, and shouted, Sieg Heil! Come to find out, it was Rumsfeld. Wouldn't surprise me. Now he's been charged with using symbols of unconstitutional organizations. If found guilty, he faces up to 3 years in prison in the Slammer. Adolf will probably be brought to a pet shelter, the Berliner Courier reports. Carola Ruff of the local animal protection organization says the dog shouldn't be judged for what its owner taught it. It makes me sick to think someone's using a dog as an instrument of his deranged brain, she told the paper. How do you like that? Oh, here's another. Oh, look at all these great stories on Anna Nova. Related stories. Pizza delivery driver fined for spitting in salad. Smelly feet man did not access the library, may start new life in Germany.
Oh, good.
During the break, I got to get those two. That's excellent. Also, well, let's do the poll result first. Oh, Reverend Jones is on 6 again? Do you need mental health today? You need some...
Sickness is coming back, baby. It's time to double down.
Okay, here's the... 1,952 votes on the poll. What's your take on... Was that Reverend Jones doing Mitch Hirsch? I'd like to see that. I'd pay to see that. Especially if he stuck his foot in his...
Rectum.
What's your take on a Rush Limbaugh drug addiction story? 1,952 votes. That's not an all-time record, I don't think, but it sure gives the Alien days a run for the money, right?
It's respectable.
It is respectable. It's phenomenal. Nearly 2,000 vote. Anyway, Rush, 910 people said he's a big, fat hypocrite. Always knew he was full of Schmidt, 578. I hope he never comes back, 205. So you see, it's not looking really... Hey, Rush, paper or plastic, 78. Now, we do have 3 positive categories, but they kind of like sucked wind. I feel very sorry for him, 72. I'm still a ditto head, 57. And Rush is God, 52. You add those 3 categories and you get, 9.1%. So 9% say, oh, poor Rush, and 91% say, up yours. You disgusting, fat, hateful pig. You piece of crap, you hypocrite, you pill-popping piece of turd. So take a look at the picture on neilrogers.com there. I think you'll be mighty impressed. Got more real bad news for the Rush fans because there could be a rush to say goodbye to that show, at least until he may make a comeback. I think one of the most heart-wrenching things I've ever seen in my life. Of course, anytime I look at Imus on there, it's gut-wrenching. Was listening to him this morning talking about Rush.
Yeah.
And about his own problems, his booze problems, and about Howard Stern used to bring in a bottle of vodka.
Yeah.
Every time Imus, he'd invite him to come in the studio and he'd whip out a bottle of vodka.
Yeah, I'd have brought him
and
too.
Hold it up in the air. It would be like if I was there and you were holding up like a container of fish food.
Well,
or Nestle's turtle ice cream.
That would be cruel.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's Howard Sperm. Poor Imus. Of course, how can you be cruel to a dead man? That's a good question. Anyway, so there was, and not feeling too sympathetic at all. And he was talking about the fact that these rehab things, the success rate is extraordinarily low. Okay, we don't want to put a pox on Rush before he even starts, do we?
Yes.
But the success rate on the recovery rate is very, very slim, almost non-existent. Just a very small handful of really dedicated people who go in there buying the bull crap, buying the 12 steps and the 13 goose steps. Those are the ones. Of course, he should be a little ahead of the game because he's already got several goose steps to start, right?
Right.
So that might give him like a heads up, a head start. Look at that, 1958. If we drag that out long enough, we'd get to 2000, but we better not. Wouldn't that be something?
We could do it, but of course we could do that with anything.
Let's do that. Let's leave it on there for a little while. I won't give the new pool. Well, I can't give the new pool, but we don't have to put it on there. Don't put the new one on until we get 2000, Eric. We got 1958. Just for fun. Just for the hell of it, not for any particular reason. Let me say it again, by the way, very emphatically. Pharrell is sick. He's out of the weather. He's got the crud. So anybody that's like spewing crap about he's not going anywhere. Okay? Yeah. 10:13 at 560 WQAM. Hey, let me tell you right now, if you want to lose the weight, I got two great fat stories today. Americans getting fatter than ever, and all this other stuff too. But fat.
Yeah.
So more and more people you out there are desperate to lose it because you'd like to stay alive, number one. Maybe you'd like to look a little bit better and put on some real clothing instead of pup tents. Fat Boy was in there this morning as disgusting as ever. So there's a classic example of what you don't want to be as Fat Boy.
Hiya, Pally!
So try Balance for Life because it's getting great results for people, even the disgusting beast. He's still disgusting, but not as fat and disgusting as he used to be. There's no calorie counting, no carb counting, nothing to worry about. Don't even have to go shopping because they deliver right to your door a black sack every morning. The key to your losing weight is in your black sack, man. 3 gourmet meals, 2 delicious snacks right in that sack, and plenty of fresh, delicious stuff to keep you happy all day long and full so you won't be cheating on your program. In fact, Balance for Life is the only company that lets you pick between 2 choices for each meal on the program. And not only that, but the food is like real stuff. Nothing frozen, no chemicals, no additives. It's not a chemical feast for a beast. So let Balance for Life help you lose that weight once and for all. Just call them today and get started. You'll see results on the scale in just a matter of days. 954-568-3229. That's the number to be calling. 954-568-3229. I promise you, after the first day, you'll already look tons better than the beast. Or check them out on the web at balanceforlife.com.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Howard David's a bitch.
This week on Lifetime, television for women. Monday, it's the classic and brutally honest landmark film, My Breast. Tuesday, it's the award-winning documentary, My Other Breast. Wednesday, it's the Lifetime original feature film, The Breast I Mentioned Before. Thursday, see a repeat showing of Joanne Stark's feminine masterpiece, Both My Breasts. And Friday finishes off the week with the made-for-television movie, My Vagina, from a breast perspective. That's all week long on Lifetime, television for women, because even television for women is still programmed by a man.
But the obvious question is, how many real breasts are left in the world?
About 30, man.
10:16 at 560 WQAM. I guess that doesn't make any difference, no more, huh?
No, as long as they look good.
As long as they look good and feel good and not like too, as long as they're not melting in your hands.
Not too hard.
1,976 votes. We got 24 to go to get to the 2,000 total. So while we're waiting for that, WBAL in Baltimore drops Rush fill-ins.
Oi!
Almost immediately after Premier Radio Networks announced Rush Limbaugh will be off the mic for 5 weeks while getting treatment for drug addiction, affiliate WBAL in Baltimore, 50,000-watt giant. Rimmer used to work there. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Now you do?
I'm immediately forgetting that, though.
He was a superstar there.
Who?
What happened to him? WBAL is dropping the Rush Limbaugh show from its noon to... By the way, those Panthers undefeated, baby. 4 points in 3 games, right, Scott?
That's right.
All right. How about them Panthers? Leafs got a tie last night against a marginal team, pretty weak. They played great, but they couldn't stick the biscuit in the basket. That was the problem. Do you ever see that Craig Laughlin that does the color on the Caps games?
No.
He is the biggest pansy, the biggest fruitcake. He likes to powder his knob. Wayne Gretzky likes to powder his knob. He could put the biscuit in the basket. Where did they get this fruitcake? Anyway, the Rush Limbaugh show is being dropped from WBAL from its noon to 3 slot, extending Chip Franklin's local show 9 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. and running Ron Smith from 1:30 to 6 p.m. The station will carry Rush's fill-ins during the station's overnight rerun. When everybody is, as they say in Yugoslavia, geschlafen. Jeff Beauchamp, WBAL station manager and program director, tells Radio Business Report why the decision was made. He said, Rush Limbaugh is a one-of-a-kind entity and there is no substitute. How do you like that? Except no substitutes. He said, our thought was if we're not going to have Rush on our air, then we're going to take a proven talk show host, put him on a radio station in our market. People are proven in the market, allowing our callers to talk about the issues that they care about. And, to be honest with you, an easy decision for us. If Rush were taking a week's vacation, it wouldn't be an issue. We certainly would clear the show with its guest host. But we were told 5 weeks, and 5 weeks is a long time in the all-important fall book, said Jeff. He added, WBAL will continue to pay its rights fees to Premier. We're going to continue to run the commercials as we're obligated to run the noon to 3 time period. So we're just going to continue living up to our end of the bargain. It's just a matter of what's the right programming to run if we can't put Rush on over the long haul. Any word from advertisers on the move? He had something caught in his throat. We notified our advertisers late Friday, to be honest, at this point, Jeff said. We've had no feedback yet, but it's still early in the game, he said. Tom Sullivan from Cheap Channel's KFBK Sacramento is filling in yesterday and today. He said he's known Rush for many years and expressed hope that all will go well for him. 90% of the battle is admitting you have a problem, so he's already licked 90% of the problem, he said. Roger Hedgecock from Clear Channel's KOGO San Diego affiliate is filling in on, what day is today? On Tuesday? No, 15th and 16th is Wednesday and Thursday. And Walter No Neck Williams on 10/17 Friday. Remember Walter No Neck Williams played for the Indians and the White Sox? Now, do we have 2000 yet? Oh, we're getting there. 1981. Where was I working in 1981? I'm refreshing it. Oh, now it's starting to it's getting slow. You want to watch because they're jamming on there now. Good. They're pouring in the votes. They hate you, Rush. Here we go. 1982, one more.
Year I graduated.
What?
That's the year I graduated.
Oh, 1982. I was at WNWS doing old Yenta radio. Wesley Clark would have liked that. We'll get to him in momentarily. He's evidently looking for the old Jew vote.
Boy!
1982. Now let's see. I feel very sorry for him. He's still behind. Hey, Rush, paper or plastic by 5 votes. Anyway, Radio Business Report makes this observation in this in this news release. If one station can pull Rush for 5 weeks, others may follow. How do you like that? Yeah. 5 weeks of down ratings can kill a book for any station. I mean, a book is only 12 weeks, so that's almost half. So many of the stations that clear Rush are Clear Channel owned. What are they going to do? One GM, disappointed with a lineup of replacements, offered this suggestion. If Premier were smart, they should have gone after an Ann Coulter or a Dennis Miller or somebody with a really smelly box. Somebody who's going to be compelling and shake things up, is what he said. But they didn't. They brought in a lot of these bogus people that nobody ever heard of, like Tom Sullivan, Roger Hedgecock, and Walter No Neck Williams. And I'm sure Rush ain't too thrilled, ecstatic about that, or about being put away somewhere where he can't get a hold of Wilma every day. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Wilma, what do you got for me today? You're laughing about it. He's still probably got to get a hold of Wilma. You know that once those people are on the inside, they get more than they were on the outside. That's the rumors that I'm hearing. Just ask the governor. Ask Governor Jeb. 1986. 1,986 votes. We need 14 more to get to 2,000. I thought it would happen a little bit quicker than that, didn't you? Maybe everybody in the audience already voted and they can't vote again.
It's all seized up.
And if you have the bad fortune of having AOL, well, good luck to you. That's all I can tell you. We hate AOL. AOL is the anticristo, man. They are just obnoxious and useless, and if you live within a 20-block radius of anybody else who's got AOL, you can't vote on our poll. We'd have thousands and thousands of votes. They'd actually be almost scientific. Well, almost. But every day. But we have a limited number of people that can vote. They can see the results. Some of them can't even see the results. You know that?
Oh, I know.
I'll be danged. So AOL, like I said, Il Anticristo. Should I refresh it again? Because this is getting a little bit ponderous now. You know me, I like to drag things out, especially if they look good. But in this particular case, it's just, come on, let's go. Oh, here we go. I think the big push is on now. Maybe 1983. Yeah, 1993.
Well, 7 more to go.
1993. Ye of little faith. How do you like that, Sweet? 7 more.
One more refreshment.
To get to 2,000 votes, which don't happen a hell of a lot of time on our polls because, like I just said, it's only a limited, small, select group of people who can make these decisions shaping the future of mankind.
Are you refreshing it again?
I will. Just relax. Here, we got it. I'm refreshing it again. We got the drum roll, the goose step going now. Get that little dog from Germany there. Get him standing by to give the goose step. To give the one-finger salute. Okay, it's taken a long time because they're like, oh,
I know.
I can't get it.
Me either.
No, don't say it. I want to see it with my own 4 eyes. Come on, here we go. It's very, very slow.
I got it.
I guess everybody wanted to be the 2,000th vote because they knew that the 2,000th voter would get that $10 million prize from Beasley Broadcasting. Huh?
I wish I'd have gotten it right on 2000, but it's 2001.
Oh, 2003. And you know what? Guess what year it is? Dun, 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 dun. Huh? You see that? What have I always told you on this show? The way these things, it's like putting the pieces of a puzzle together. It's like sticking your arm up your
rectum
ass. 2003. That is so momentous. And hey, Rush, Paper or Plastic still beat out. I feel sorry for him by 3 votes, which was important to me. Thank you very much, folks. That was lovely. Here's a call from Doral. Hello.
Hey, how's it going, Uncle Neil?
Okay, sir.
If you were stranded on a desert island,
yeah,
would you prefer Mr. O'Reilly or Rush?
I'd prefer suicide. Kool-Aid.
To eat?
Jim Jones, I'd prefer Kool-Aid. Clark stumps for presidential votes. Speaking of to eat, good segue, George. Clark stumps for presidential votes at, wait till you hear this, Scott doesn't know, see? Now, you remember he was at the Deli Den a couple of weeks ago, Wesley Clark, for his first Florida appearance?
Yeah, but Scott's from out of town. He won't know the significance of this.
Oh, well. I hope that
Hank's
Hank's listening. What?
Whatever happened to the famous?
A very good guess, though. Very close.
Close.
Very close. You'll be amazed at how close you are. The famous is out of business. Rest in peace. That was the best. Sunny Isles Beach. Democratic presidential hopeful Wesley Clark waded into the South Florida political landscape again yesterday, touting his party credentials by calling President Bush's record reckless, radical, and wrong. The retired Army general met several hundred enthusiastic supporters at, I'm embarrassed to say this, at the Rascal House, a deli once frequented by singer Frank Sinatra, and a bunch of old Jews who are stealing pickles and coleslaw as we speak, who are shoving them in their sack. Hoisting himself up on a wooden chair, Clark told the largely elderly Jewish audience about his father's work as a local Democratic Party boss in Chicago. I mean, this is just amazing. Recalling his nearly 40 years in the military, Clark said Bush's first term led him to seek the presidency. It hurts me greatly when I look around this great country and I see that all that I believed in is being unraveled, Clark said. There was no immediate comment Monday from the White House. Well, what is that to say? They're just jealous that he got the kishki.
Right.
I don't think they have kishki at the Rascal House, do they?
How could they not?
No, not all delis have kishka, man.
How could you call it a deli then, a Jewish deli, if they don't have kishki?
But that's a good question. We'll have to find out. I'm sure Hank would know because he's still, he
that's
touts
like not having
that place
pickles.
once in a while. But then again, Hank touts the, what's the other place he likes? Oh, he likes Joe's. And he also likes, the Forge, I think. And New York Prime, which I understand New York Prime in Boca really is great, even though Mo is, PO'd. Mo's got his tail between his legs because they don't kiss his ass in there at the New York Prime, which everybody, including the Humpers, says is one of the great steakhouses in the history of mankind. Mo don't like it because they just don't lay out the red carpet and kiss him on the cheeks and lick his dingleberries, do all of that stuff. They hate you, Mo, like everybody else. Clark, battling a sore throat, told the crowd, losing your voice, I guess, is the first thing that happens to you when you start to run for orifice. They told me the second thing is to start to lose your handshake. Maybe that was the excuse for his limp-wristed grip. For a general man. I'm afraid to ask what the third thing is. That's a pretty good line. I'm afraid to ask what the third thing is, he said. Clark, and of course I'm sure they all went, oy vey, is he a comedian or what? Clark was meeting with supporters later in the day, attending a local Democratic meeting. That's speaking of what another good segue right into our poll for today. Sent in by one of our listeners. Which so-called comedian do you think is the least funny? We have 4 to start here. There are so many. We should have a zillion for this list. Which so-called comedian do you think is the least funny? Tom Arnold, Martin Lawrence, Chris Tucker, or Dennis Miller? That's to get you started. This Simmons with Dennis Miller, man. Honest to goodness. The one thing I've always said is that somebody who tries very hard to be funny and isn't is one of the most embarrassing things. That's him.
State of mind.
I mean, he works at it so freaking hard. Yeah, he is to comedy what the Rascal House is to food. State of mind, exactly. 1028 at 560 WQM. If you're underworked, if you're trying to work like at Uncle Funny's or something like that because your real job doesn't make any cash, here's the answer for it. Get a real career. Get a computer career thanks to the training you're going to get from our friends at Fast Train. Call them today. You've heard me talk about it for a zillion years now, over and over and over again. And you've sat around and thought, hey, that sounds pretty interesting, but you haven't taken the last step and made the call. Nobody else is going to do it for you. Fast Train can really have you trained and certified before this year ends, which is not that far off. The demand for computer professionals is still gigantic, and what a way to get out of a dead end and a crappy job than to get some real skills and a real career. There's better time than right now to get you a new high-paying job in the computer industry. Fast Train offers job placement assistance, convenient day, evening, weekend schedules, 4 soft loader locations, so there's bound to be one nearby you. And Fast Train even offers financial assistance for folks who qualify. So pick up that phone right now. When you call and talk to the good people at Fast Train, be sure to mention Todd Dreck's name. 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. That's the number to call. Check them out first on the web if you like at fasttrain.com, and then make that call once and for all. Call 1-866-FAST-TRAIN.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Hello, I'm Sal.
And I'm Harry.
Here to tell you about our special place.
Just a short little drive.
From New York is the Poconos. Let's go.
That's where I wanna go.
To get away from it all.
Where is that?
In the Poconos. Eat your filter fish. I love that stuff.
Play shuffleboard if you wish.
I
got a 9.
Go for Saturday brunch.
Or pile the food on top of your dish. I hope it's kosher.
In the Poconos, Skytop and Buck Hill, Camelback and Bushkill, Mount Airy and Shawnee.
There's even Mickey Rooney.
I know. Split Rock and Cresco, Aubrey, let's go poking in the Poconos. We'll have some lunch and then we'll see a show with Tony Orlando in the Poconos. Get a hot shade tub.
You pour the champagne. Sit by the pool and act like a schlub.
Let's get the chicks. You can meet a nice girl.
Over by the exercise club. Hey, Julie, over here.
In the Poconos, Skytop and Buck Hill, Camelback and Bushkill, Mount Airy and Shawnee.
Don't forget Mickey Rooney.
Split Rock and Cresco, Aubrey, let's go poking in the Poconos. We'll have some lunch and then we'll see a show with Tony Orlando. In the Poconos. Let's go. Did you forget your teeth this time?
I got my teeth in a little bag with the water in there for that.
Oi! 10:33 at 560 WQM. I guess Wesley Clark is, if he can't become president, he just wants to get some good deli along the way. Maybe that's it.
All right. Why is he going there?
Maybe he's had some bad advice, you know? Maybe he's got bad advisors. Here's the final. Well, let me just read this first from our buddy in Cleveland. Says, I find it so funny to listen to the right-wing apologists for Rush say he has so much pain from his back and neck problems, that's why he got addicted. Yet almost every clip they show him is on the golf course. I guess the pain leaves when he swings a golf club, and then maybe when he pops a couple, too.
Sure.
Or
right out.
A couple hundred. I also love how he admitted to being addicted to, quote, medication instead of using the word drugs. Drugs. That's right. Medication sounds so sanitary, you know what?
That's what Sarah said.
It's like saying
rectum
instead of ass. Same thing.
A doctor gave them to him.
Right, from a doctor. I mean, OxyContin is not, even though they do call it hillbilly heroin.
Yeah.
And who would Rush relate to better than the hillbillies? Look at them rednecks, huh? That's his crowd. So here's the final tally from the poll. 2019 votes. I'm saving this one, Eric. This is a keeper.
A framer.
2019. What's your take on a Rush Limbaugh drug addiction story? He's a big, fat hypocrite. 940. I always knew he was full of Schmidt, 595. Oh, I'd like to really say the word, you know. I hope he never comes back, 218. Hey, Rush, paper or plastic? You big fat spastic, 81. I feel very sorry for him, 75. I'm still a ditto head, 58. And Rush is God, 52. So God's a drug addict. That explains a lot of things, you know.
Sure.
Maybe that's why the world is in the shape. I think we just discovered the secret of the problems of the world.
Maybe God does smoke cannabis.
Yeah, that could be it. He's a junkie. 2019. Now let's see, 6.5. That's interesting because they come out 9% exactly. I mean, right on the money. 91% for Rush and 9%. Oh, poor Rush, poor Rush. And that's the Robert Grieper factor again, right? Because Robert Grieper is the one who said
Maybe Robert freeped it. He's Robert
told him
Creeper.
many times
About 30, man.
to quit saying, yeah, quit doing it, Robert, you little fascist, self-hating Jew bastard, you idiot, you. I'm saving that. I'm putting that over in my Freeper keeper pool. So let's get some more names for this real pool here for our so-called comedians. Dennis Miller and Tom Arnold are duking it up. I don't know who Chris Tucker is.
I'm trying to think if he did those movies with Jackie Chan. Yes.
Yeah.
That cop buddy movie with Jackie Chan, a couple of them.
Cop buddy movie?
Well,
yeah, I know that's what they called them. I realized that was the genre.
You know who Jackie
movies.
Chan is, right?
No, I don't.
No, that's some chink.
Well, that's the end of that. No, I don't watch cop buddy movies. I'm sorry.
No, me either.
In fact, Eric Estrada cured me of that years
ago.
You
must have seen the ads for them.
No, I've never seen it. I don't know Jackie Chan. I don't know. I know Charlie Chan.
Black man.
I know Charlie Chan.
Yeah, I know.
I know a lot of spastic black people, okay? Many of them call this station.
With a high voice.
I mean, some of them work at our station, too, like Troy Stratford, who hasn't got a new piece of copy since before Bill Calder was a baby. Isn't it interesting how your mind works, how different things pop into your head? Bill Calder and Troy Stratford, you know what they had in common?
Nothing?
Bald.
Ah.
Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Yeah, hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I was watching the Dolphin game on Sunday and listening to the QAM broadcast at the same time.
Absolutely.
You know, so I can hear the Mad Dog.
Right.
And I just couldn't believe the screw-up job that your friend Mo did.
Oh, excellent. This is some of the best news of the week already.
All right, let me tell you what happened. Sometime in the second quarter, this running back named Fred Taylor, he gets hurt. So they put in a guy named Tofield. And Tofield plays the rest of the second quarter. And in the third quarter, Taylor's back in the game. Well, every time Taylor runs the ball, he calls him Tofield. And this yeah, exactly. This goes on and on and on and on. Finally, he realizes that Taylor's in the game because he sees Taylor on the back of the jersey.
Right.
So he says, Jason Taylor made the tackle.
Oh, no.
I mean, it was unbelievable. Jason Taylor wasn't...
He can't even get his tailor straightened out.
He doesn't know who has the ball.
Of course, if you saw those checkered pants he wears, you know he goes to a bad tailor.
He doesn't have a clue of what's going on.
No.
He must be as senile as you say.
Thanks for the good news, man. That's the best news, like I said, of the whole week. The check's in the mail. Send him $10 million, too, okay? Let's give away all the Beasley's money. Well, economy in good condition. Now 44%, a year from now 64%. All the optimists out there. That's the latest CNN poll. The Bush approval rating went up a little bit. I got that story.
So why is the market down today then?
But it's only down so minimally. Oh, look at that. They have a new, on the gambling channel.
Yeah.
They have a whole new set now. Look at that.
Speaking of them, our good friend Ted David was on 60 Minutes on Sunday when they were talking about that Health South thing.
About what?
That Health South guy. I forget the name of the CEO there.
Well, what about Ted David?
They just showed a clip of him because they were showing the CEO on the gambling channel.
Did he mention my name and that he listens to the show religiously and that even though I rip him an ass and he's a part of the problem at the gambling channel and he ought to be in jail along with all those other fakers on there, especially that, what's the bald-headed Kramer? Larry Kramer. Isn't that his name?
I don't know.
Whatever the hell his name is.
There he is.
There's who?
Ted David.
Ted David's on right now?
Well, then they switched.
You just made that up.
Sure.
Baseball is a big story, and weather is going to play a role in a couple of baseball games. Now, not in Boston today, but in Chicago at Wrigley Field. Actually, right now it's pouring down rain, but we expect the rain to end.
But it'll be cloudy tonight.
And it will be dry at 7 p.m. This evening, Central Daylight Time.
Okay, what you're boring. Okay, so it'll be fine by game time. Now, this on line 9 says Miami again because Scott just can't take no for an answer, just like Rush. Here's Miami on line 9 alleged. Hello.
Wanda Sykes is not funny.
Who? That was the guy again. Who? That was the whisperer. Who
did he say? Wanda Sykes, he said.
Wanda? I heard what he said. Wanda Sykes. Do we know who that is? I don't know who that is. Is she funny?
No.
Okay, Wanda Sykes. Well, there's the Chronic who actually had something to say today. Mark that down. It's a banner day already, okay? This is a banner day. We got a whole bunch of Mo mistakes.
Absolutely.
Which ain't nothing new, of course.
We got Mo mistakes?
We got Mo mistakes that you can shake your wick at. And then, of course, your air wick at. And we got over 2,000 votes on a poll from yesterday that Rush is a big fat piece of crap and everybody's dancing on his grave and we're ecstatic about it, aren't we?
Yeah.
You bet. Although we do only have 31,665. I bet you if I would have been doing that crossover there with Kimba, if I would have said, we need $335, partner, for Abandoned Pet Rescue to get to 32,000, he'd have whipped it out right there in the checkbook too and written us a nice big fat one, right?
Bet you he would have.
He would have. He's a good guy.
He is a mensch.
He's one of the few good people in our station. We have a lot of tightwad, that don't want to come through with a few bucks. We need $335 today. We ought to, since it's early in the day now. Now I got what? What are you laughing about?
Nothing. I just told myself a joke.
No. Not the holiday's over. We had Columbus Day and the Canadian Thanksgiving yesterday. Now everybody's supposed to be back. And the bottom line is all the big shooters are in there. The heavy hitters. I know Fat Boy's there because he was hawking me. Papa, hey, how about the Sabres? The Sabres?
Hi, Pally.
Yeah, well, there were 11,000 people that showed up yesterday for their game. No, they're not drawing flies already. The people in Buffalo are just looking for an excuse to turn their ass on them. You can almost smell it up here. But he could whip it out right now if he could find it. He's probably got his checkbook hitting in his fulls. Oh, man.
No one will ever see it again.
Rimmer want to get fat again so he can find a good place to hide the wallet. Hey, if you want to replace that old tired carpeting in your home, if you want to save some money, here's a good idea for you. Let me tell you about Laminates R Us. They're the easy, low-maintenance alternative to that very, very expensive natural wood flooring that costs you an arm and 4 legs, like that cow. You see the cow that's got 2 extra legs?
No.
Got 6 legs. Laminates R Us is the best place to find laminated wood flooring from Peridor, Pergo, Wilson Art, Unifloor, and Quickstep. And all of Laminates R Us flooring is installed by people who really know their stuff. Pergo certified installers. Here's another good reason why you should call Laminates R Us instead of anybody else. Their prices are so low that they'll probably for you. In fact, right now you can get their fall special for just $1,495. See how good my memory is? That's from yesterday. Yeah. Just $1,495 gets you up to 295 square feet of beautiful laminate wood flooring. It is positively unbelievable and unbeatable, too. And Laminates R Us, speaking of unbeatable, will match any legitimate written offer. You can't beat them with your stick. For a free and home estimate, call Laminates R Us toll-free at 1-877-777-3336. They make it so easy, you'd have to be a fool to say no. They give you free carpet disposal, free furniture moving, a 25-year warranty, and years of beautiful, easy care laminate wood flooring. Call them today. Laminates R Us, it's a toll-free call. Tell them that cranky old Neil told you to call 1-877-777-3336.
Live and local. This is 560. The radio's all yours now. QAM.
God. I shot for Wesley Clark. He's taking aim, honey. He's on an anti-Bush campaign.
In presidential politics news tonight, a 4-star candidate wants the chance to run against George W. Bush.
He's Southern, a military veteran, had reservations against the war.
Retired General Wesley Clark.
He promises what he sells. Someone said, West, you gotta give them hell. To fix unemployment, just vote for me. But I ain't so sure about the economy. Whoa, with no experience he comes. Yeah. Whoa, West Clark is London. Good luck with what Bush did. The damage is done. I shot for West Clark. He's taking aim, honey. He's on an anti-Bush campaign. Right now his chances are kinda lame, but honey, he's on an anti-Bush campaign.
But he sure knows his jelly, I'll tell you that, the General. 1045 at 560 WQM. Let's get some more names for the list, and then I want to try something with this audio thing.
Okay.
I want to try a little experiment.
Experiment?
Here's Coral Springs. Hello.
Hello, Neil?
Yes, sir.
Long time, first time. How you doing?
All right.
I got some great names for your list. My female choice is Whoopi, and my male choice is Robin Williams.
Oh, excellent.
All right.
I think Robin Williams used to be funny about 30 years ago, you know?
He's so ugly. I shouldn't look at him.
Yeah. 2 good choices, man. Thanks.
All right, thanks, bud.
See you. Okay, we got the Whoopi Goldberg. Oh, she gives me the willies, man. I'm sorry. The Rostalocks, I can't deal with it. Does that make me a bad guy? No. Does it make me prejudiced? Yes. Robin Williams and Whoopi Goldberg.
Okay.
We'll have a list of about 100 here. I'll guarantee you. Here's a call from Miami. Hello.
Hello.
Miami, yes, sir.
Hi, how you doing, Neil?
Pretty good.
Hey, the guy beat me to the punch. I was going to suggest Whoopi Goldberg also.
Okay.
So, anyway, I just wanted to make that suggestion. I appreciate the call.
Stole your thunder. Okay, thanks, Pally. Have a great day. Must have been a psychic thing, don't you think?
No.
Oh. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. What so-called comedian do you think is the least funny? Now, let me just try this, okay? I mean, I don't imagine John Records Landecker, although we probably have some people from Chicago, huh? We must have, because we had all those phony Cub fans in the stands there. And I don't care what anybody says. Remember the caller the other day said that there weren't any Cub fans in the stands over the weekend? That was a bunch of crap. I saw parts, especially Friday and Saturday. There was more Cub fans there than you can shake your wick at. Now let's see how this is going to sound, okay?
All right.
And that's going to work. Trust me, my real one player ain't going to let me go. Oh! Wow. And I'm holding this thing in my hand.
Oh, man.
John Records Landecker, WLS Music Radio. It's all you need to know to win.
And if you can hear the bass in my speakers, sounds
very, you can hear it loud and tinny.
Okay, now how does that sound?
Loud and tinny.
Really?
I mean, it ain't bad, but it ain't good either. Not like other things that you play, from the proper places.
Well, no, I understand that, but I'm doing it over the mic. I'm holding up a speaker
for
crying out loud. We don't have it
like
wired into the board. Are you crazy? Are you some kind of a lunatic?
Yes.
That thinks that we're going to go to such great lengths to do something like that? I could probably call one of the engineers up here, one of our friends who set this studio up in the first place, and have them come out here without them even knowing it down there, and say, hey, I'll take care of you. Here's $50. Canadian,
split.
of course.
5 minutes of work.
Right, 5-minute job. Stick a wire in there and put so it didn't sound. Wait a minute.
It's fine for effect if you want to make a point or something.
What do you mean by that?
Like, in other words, if you just say,
hey, point?
Yeah.
No, because I was going to play like the Tanner stuff and then that Joey Reynolds crap. How's that? Is that better?
Well, it's AM. Who cares?
Is that better?
Probably sounds better than most people's radio anyway.
Oh, there you go. How do you like that? See, especially on our great AM signal, although we are now. What is it? Are we HD TV radio?
We're digital, man.
We're digital. Does anybody in South Florida have a digital radio?
No.
No, but man, it would sound really great. I would sound just like Westbrook Van Voorhees, and George would sound like Walter Cronkite if you just had the right radio.
Absolutely.
Let's see. J. Moore, M-O-R-H.
M-O-H-R.
Well, they got it spelled wrong, okay? Well, they got the right letters. She's just got them in the wrong order. This is Lou in West Del Rey. Or somewhere. J. Moore. I don't know who that is either. I don't know who anybody is.
It's this guy.
Is so not effing funny. It says, please add that no-talent turd fondler to your poll.
He's from
He's
Jersey.
a turd fondler. I didn't know that.
And he's not funny.
P.S. I thought I did tons of drugs, says Lou, until I heard about all the Oxy's Blimbo Limp Noodle bought. Jesus, was he dealing or something? No, he was just having a good time. He was just feeling mighty good, okay, like a good old right-winger should. Because he didn't listen to Nancy Reagan. He didn't just say no. No, he didn't say no. He said, yes, please. I should read all those articles again and again and again because everybody loves it.
Sure, just play the tape.
We don't want to pee on everybody's parade necessarily. Let's see, is there anybody on here that we'd want to hear? Buona Johnny, Hackensack, New Jersey. How about Buona Johnny for Scott there? He probably don't even know who that is.
I don't want to hear it.
Oh, don't you? How about the real Don Steele? How about Charlie Tuna?
Sure.
Wolfman Jack from KXLY in Spokane, 1975.
Wolfman Jack from Spokane? No, I want to hear that because I used to listen to Spokane radio a lot, exclusively.
Well, then why don't you want to hear it?
That in Vancouver. I do want to hear it. I want to hear that.
Oh, you do want to hear it?
Somebody that we've actually heard of.
Oh, you never heard of John Records Landecker in Chicago? Who the hell do you think you are? WLS?
A punk.
This will play.
If he had days.
Otherwise, I'm going to have to, if it doesn't play, I'm going to have to, reboot.
Kevin Shepard, CBS News.
We have reboot music for you, son.
Yeah. Good air check here. What is this?
It's
Loose is what it is.
graffiti time with Wolfman Jack.
1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're going to rock around.
By the way, Bill Haley's still dead.
Is his hair still curly?
Although he still does have that spit curl. Like Johnny Depp. Are we going to hear the whole record? I hope. What is this?
Come on,
what kind of an air check is this?
What year is this from?
Well, let me move my little button ahead, all right?
Yeah, move your butt ahead.
Getting a lot of good music, but we don't hear no Wolfman Joe.
Question this Spokane.
Like I said, it was a bad choice. Okay, but that is going to work fine. It'll be okay. I mean, it doesn't sound real bad, does it?
No.
Oh. Now they got speakers instead of all that bullcrap you were telling me about. Oh, you probably don't have any audio card in that computer. Is that
I didn't tell you that.
You have no sound card. No, I just said it all the time, and I'm putting it off on you because that's what I always do, and I like
I
it.
said you had no sound mind.
Oh, well, that's for sure. Look who I work for. Here's a call from Pompano. Hello. Pompano. Can you believe that? There's nobody in Pompano under the age of 100?
Hey, Bill.
There he
Hello?
is, yes. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Rush Limbaugh, I fucked him up.
Okay,
Wanda.
567. I hope he had a good time. You think he was popping something? I think so. I think maybe they were sharing. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T. Oh, I know what I wanted to mention to you.
Yeah?
Because last Friday when you were off, Scott was blaming you for his own ineptitude.
As usual.
Because somebody said crap or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, oh, well, George told me never hit the dump button.
I told him to stay away from things.
Yeah.
That's true. I told him not to make any judgments.
Isn't necessarily a good idea when you're not there.
Him. Because you should have seen the scene. Every time that anything questionable would come up, he'd scramble and ask me questions, and I told him just calm down and leave decision-making to other people, qualified
I understand, but let me say it again. When you're not there, and when Miguel is there, who's, of course, paying less than no attention, it probably wasn't a really good idea to leave that instruction in his mind.
Well, I probably should have spoken to Miguel about that then.
Probably should have spoke to Miguel.
I told him once stop touching that button.
Jerry Seinfeld. No, because he'll start pressing it all the time.
All the
do
time.
on his buddy Scott show.
When in doubt, he'll press it out.
We don't do that on this show, Scott. We don't dump everything that I say, okay? We don't dump anything that I say, although it has happened a couple of times. In fact, I might try it today. Okay, Jerry Seinfeld, he definitely belongs on there. I'm so sorry, I didn't remember that. What do we got so far here? Which so-called comedian do you think is the least funny? 72. Tom Arnold, 27. Dennis Miller, 25. Good battle going on. Martin Lawrence, 13. Chris Tucker, 4. Whoopi Goldberg, 2. Robin Williams, 1. Wanda Sykes, none. And Jay Moore and Jerry Seinfeld will be adding. Bill in Fort Lauderdale, oh yeah. Says Wanda Sykes is the female voice on the turd in the back seat bit you have. Really?
Yes.
Well, I have to play that. She can be funny at times. I don't think that. I mean, that was a funny bit, but I don't think it's like.
That doesn't make you a comedian necessarily.
No. She can be funny at times. Most people remember her for her lame attempt at humor on a recent video awards. She really laid a bomb, a big smelly one, and then actually stuck in a plug for her show on Comedy Central at the end of her bit. Bad timing after bombing in front of the world. Nobody will tune into the show now on Comedy Central anyplace else. Thank you, Bill in Fort Lauderdale. I'm not sure if that's the one that hates you like poison because it's his love, George, blah, 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 et cetera, and so on.
No, I love Bill, too.
Do you?
I love them all.
Here's a call from Miami. Buenos dias.
Neil, you there?
Yes, I'm right here.
All right, man. Funny story. I was at the beach this weekend, and there's, Dania Beach, and there's a lot of gay people at Dania Beach. They're listening to the Dolphin game, and you know that they worship Jim Mandich there?
Of course.
They copied everything he said. I mean, of course, kind of sound like a woman.
All right.
Exactly. It was a little bit more feminine than that, but pretty close. Let me ask you a question.
I bet you they were going to say...
Who's going to give Ricky a blow?
I bet you they were saying that.
Well, they all stood up then, but anyway. Who was that a-hole from Tool Time?
The a-hole from what?
Tool Time, that show
Tim
Tool
Allen.
Time.
Oh, Tim Allen. Oh, yeah, Tim Allen.
Put him on there twice.
It's
Please,
Tool Time, all right, man. When he's on there, you're right. The big tool.
All right, I got to go to the bathroom right now, but in closing, don't retire.
Tim Allen blows, man.
It was funny for 5
let's see.
minutes.
What's the other thing they were probably saying out there at Dania Beach? I'm trying to find it. I'll find it.
Oh, Alonzo, you're so big.
Yeah, they were probably into that pretty deep.
Yeah.
So
There's more homoerotic Jim Mandich cuts in here.
Oh, yeah.
Lots more.
He's a
I
very
don't have
handsome
time
young
right now.
man.
Okay, I got
Who can't
so much,
see that?
Right. So much crap going on with all that. I want to play that Bill Tanner clip from Y100. You think anybody remember that?
No.
I might, actually, even though I hate him like poison.
From 1970. You hate Bill Tanner like poison? You better show a little respect, mister. You're in the freaking Tanner building, man.
Yeah, remind me.
You better show some respect.
Mottled old troll.
Next thing, you'll be picking on poor G. Michael McGay. That'll be next.
You know, he was a very nice guy to work with on the couple of occasions.
Who's that?
G. Michael McKay. Filled in the evenings on IOD when I was a rover.
I never said nothing bad about him.
He was a gentleman.
I wish him all the best. Although the only problem with him is he's got to work with that asshole Russ Oasis. God, do we hate Russ Oasis?
Yes.
Talk about a real schmuck that just fell into a bucket of crap with that ad team. Man.
Love those Moosey spots, though.
By the way, nice dinner with Joey Reynolds, Russ, when they tried to lie to, we were going to put together this national talk network, and the whole thing was about they wanted to try to get me to stab Rick and Suds in the back and get Joey on in the afternoon. Oh, brother, remember that?
Yeah.
That was one of the most unbelievable Joey of all people.
I am that hemorrhoid.
Pain in the ass. Joey freaking Reynolds.
Yeah, I have my nose up Neil's ass.
Well, get it out of there, all right?
He belongs on there.
On where? Oh, yeah. He's not a comedian. No, let's stick.
No one would
we're going to
accuse him
start
of
putting
that.
radio people on there. We're going to have a long list.
Absolutely.
10:57 at 560 WQM. If you want a really great place for a snack, for a meal, for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, whatever, Vic and Irv's, and I know it well because I ate there a zillion times in Rochester, New York. Right across, I could throw a giant brick from here and probably hit Cobb's Hill in Rochester right now. Probably sniff some of the lilacs. Wow. Vic and Irv's has been around since 1934, and they're located now down there, right in your backyard on Federal Highway, just south of Broward Boulevard and the tunnel on East Side. Vic and Irv's is like a flashback in time to what really good fresh stuff used to be. Go in and enjoy a burger or a hot dog served hot, fresh, and fast with their out-of-this-world signature meat sauce poured on top. It is unbelievable. Nobody else does the same thing. And Vic and Irv's is brought to you in Fort Lauderdale by the same guys feeding you Cheeseburger. And the good news for you is they use the same fresh 100% ground chuck meat at Cheeseburger and offer an incredible quarter-pound hot dog. I bet you a few of you guys have had a wiener like that in your mouth ever before. If you're looking for something else, try Vic and Irv's breakfast, too. They've got a fantastic breakfast menu. Omelets cooked to order, French toast, pancakes, all your favorite side dishes. Go by Vic and Irv's, whether you're from Rochester, whether you're from Depew, from Batavia, Leroy, Fredonia, Dunkirk, Depew, whatever the hell it is, and see what all the talk is about. You don't have to be a Rochesterian or even from upstate New York to appreciate the great food at Vic and Irv's. They're on Federal Highway just south of Broward Boulevard and the tunnel on the east side. Be sure and tell them that old Neil sent you by.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Esta es la estación número 1 aquí en Miami. Es mi favorita. Excelente. WQAM. Olé.
Thank you for calling SST Towing. How may I help you?
I just picked up my 92 Accord from your lot, and there is a huge turd in the back seat.
A huge turd?
Yes.
And there's what in the back seat?
A turd. A big-ass human turd in the back seat of my car.
Ma'am, I assure you, our guys did not take a dump in your car. If you want to, bring that car back and we'll take a look at it.
You want to take a look at it? My car is fine. It's that big-ass turd in the back seat.
Okay, what would you like me to do?
I said, okay, how about I go to your house and pitch a loaf on your couch?
Ma'am.
How about that?
Ma'am, what would you like me to do to fix the situation?
I want somebody to come over here, get this turd out my back seat.
That's not going to happen.
Car. What do you mean it's not going to happen?
You can bring the car here and we can take a look at it.
I am. I'm going to bring it back there. You know what I'm going to do?
Huh.
I'm going to take a dump in every last car you got there. I'm going to pee on your counter. I'm going to do it all to show you how it feels.
Okay.
And you know what? You sound like a big burly man. It probably came out your ass.
Oh, yeah, I don't make it a habit of going out and taking a dump in the car.
How much do you weigh?
About 400 pounds.
That's your turd. That's
my turd, huh?
Yes.
That came up from a 400-pound man, huh?
This is a 400-pound man. Either that or a gorilla.
Okay.
I'm driving this car right to my lawyer's office, and I'm going to let the whole world see. You're going to be on the news this evening, buddy. I'm going to get 7 on my side. Watch. You're going to be on the news.
Can you describe the piece of shit? I mean, what does it look like?
You know what it is. It came out your ass. What the hell? What kind of asking me what color? I tell you what, it smells ungodly. That's what it smells like. Smells like you sold your ass to the devil. That came from the pits of hell.
Well, how big is it? How long is it?
It's not as long as my arm. I don't think it's fun. Why y'all? This is not fun. I got a damn 2x4 in my back seat. You know, I think this some racial shit too. That's what this is. Little kids are running away from it. Oh my. I'm glad y'all is coming off of it, okay?
Steam is coming off of it?
Yes.
Well, it can't be there that long now, huh?
I am taking, it's a fresh turd.
Okay. What you need to do is you need to bring that turd back, and we'll match it up. We got a lineup. We'll match it up with the other turds that we have.
Well, what you need to do is learn how to use a toilet.
So you're not going to bring the turd back to me?
No. You know what?
Is this a sample?
No. I'm starting to like it.
You're going to keep it as a fact?
I'm going to keep it because it's a nice, you know what? It's a nice conversation piece.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Hey, thanks, man.
Thank you, brother.
Now that's Wanda Sykes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, that's an amusing bit, and a lot of people like that. But is she funny?
No.
So she'll get some votes. Here's a fax with somebody else's 80. Randy sends us his 50 top choices. Jay Leno, David Letterman, Ray Ramona, Chris Rock, Rosie Gack O'Donnell, and Ellen DeGenerate. Well, let's put them all on there. What the hell?
I
could
refuse
have
to
about
put
100.
Chris Rock on there.
What?
Chris Rock is a laugh riot, and he uses the word
Hey,
nigger
wait a
lot.
minute. We're not asking you. I agree with you, but Jackie Mason I'm going to put on there. Somebody faxed that. I think Jackie Mason's hysterical. Even though he's been doing the same act for 50 years,
yeah,
he's still funny.
It was funny in the 50s.
No, he's still
1850s.
funny. He's still a very funny guy. Of course, I don't see him no more. Maybe that's why. As compared to Mo. We're just putting on the list what the people say. Not you're not going to be the little dictator there. Well, you like Chris Rock. I think he's hysterical, too. In little tidbits. He's not funny for, long stretches. You know what I mean?
You've seen him in long stretches?
No.
Oh.
I don't want to see him. What the hell is that? Oh, my God, look at that. I think that's alive. I just wadded up that list that Randy sent me, and now it's unfolding on the floor. It's like moving. It's crawling around. Let's see. Here you go. Rosie O'Donnell and Ben Stein. Now, is Ben Stein supposed to be a comedian? He's not a comedian, is he?
Yeah, well, I don't know how much stand-up comedy he's done, but he's supposed to be a comic.
Ben Stein?
I guess.
As in Win Ben Stein's Money, that guy, that right-wing self-hating Jew asshole?
Clear eyes.
Okay, put him on there. Okay, Ben Stein. He's about as funny as cancer of the rectum, man. Now, listen, I want to see if this is going to work. I don't know, and maybe you'll remember some of this, and maybe you won't. Although we better take, hold on. Don't play it, Neil. Don't play it.
I think the key is...
Pause it. Oh, thank goodness. Because if I don't get the Lady and Davy on, she'll run away. Here's the Lady and Davy. Oh, am I on the wrong line? Here's Miami. Hello.
Hey,
Miami?
Neil.
Yes, sir.
I was wondering if you had Bob Saget on that list.
Ooh,
Bob
good
Saget?
choice.
That is a good choice. Bob Saget.
Oh, he's terrible.
The worst. And he finds himself very amusing, by the way.
Oh, he does.
Pathetic. Good choice, pal. Thanks.
Thanks.
Here's the Lady and Davy right here. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you hear me?
I hear you just like you're on the phone, right? Do you hear me?
Okay, very good.
Excellent.
My cell phone is dying, so I'm going to make this quick.
Okay.
I heard the other day you played a record, What Do Christians Do for Fun? My
Right.
husband didn't hear it. Can you please play it again?
It's coming up in 4 or 5 minutes.
Thank you so much.
Just for you. Thank you. Have a great day. How do you like that? What did Goyim do for fun? Now, let's see if this thing will play. Oh, Jesus.
100 is fun, entertainment.
But what do Christians do for fun, Bill? He could probably tell us.
People will enjoy.
Fly kite.
To get them up.
See? Yeah.
Part of an overall objective.
Okay, let me slide it ahead.
Kind of
Oh,
why 100
he's still going. Don't pontificate.
100, well, it's 6:03. Despite what you may have heard on most of the same radio station, it is 6:03. How humiliating to wake up and hear that the time has changed and it hasn't changed. Why 100? I'm just trying to pick up the pieces of our clock here, which took one look at Jim Reilly and covered its face with its hands. And oh, what a mess.
Yeah, so this is the telephone company.
Yes.
What time do you have?
Well, what time? You know what happened? Our newsman, Jim Reilly, read the wrong thing in the newspaper. It's 10 minutes after 6, right?
Right.
Right.
Did you have everybody in Miami altered?
Y100, Tanner in the morning, cats in the cradle. The clock has covered its face with its little hands in shame, and it is reliably reported to be 6:17.
That's it. That's enough. Don't you think?
Oh, yeah.
He was good, though. I don't care what you say. He was good on the air, even if you think he's an asshole.
Who, Tanner?
Yeah.
I never said he wasn't good on the air.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying that. I'm just observing that. He had a pretty damn good show.
I just said I hated him.
So I came along and kicked his ass on Zeta. Nice going, Neil.
Oh!
Excellent. Ex-Naples priest faces new sex abuse suit. I just can't believe all these stories. I think we're just making these up. This is quite a story, too.
2 more pages if you want them.
Are they juicy?
No.
Did
you see them?
I think all the good stuff is on here. Former St. Anne's altar boy is the latest accuser of William Romero, who also faces a Miami criminal probe. Hey, Father! How's it going, Father? What's that thing in your neck there, that little white piece of cardboard there? Well, that's like a license. You know how you like to have your driver's license?
Right.
In your wallet? Well, you put your license to molest children on your neck.
Father, could you help an old altar boy? I'm a Catholic.
No! They tried to be good Catholics when their son said he had been sexually abused by Father Willie. Oh, no, I can't. Did they make that name up? Oh, no. Thank goodness his name wasn't Father Johnson. Abused by Father Willie in the rectory of St. Anne Catholic Church, the Naples, Florida couple was dumbfounded. They turned to another priest for help. Uh-oh. He told them to keep quiet for the good of the church. What a surprise. In return, they were promised the Reverend William Romero would leave St. Anne and never again work as a parish priest or in an unsupervised setting with children. That was in 1976. Earlier this month, the former altar boy and St. Anne student, now a 40-year-old married father living in Lee County, filed suit against Romero and the Archbishop of Miami.
All right.
Claiming church leaders broke the secret pact by quietly transferring the wayward priest to other parishes where he'd abused more children. What a surprise, huh? How unusual. This is their church. This is where they prayed, said Naples attorney Ted Zellman. Sounds like a real Jew boy to me, referring to the decision by the victim's parents a generation ago to trust their spiritual leaders rather than go to police or the court system. Southwest Florida was part of the Miami Archdiocese until '84, when Catholic churches in Collier, Lee, Sarasota, and 7 other counties became part of the new Diocese of Venice. Maybe they were on the gondola. Maybe they're in the gondola with Foster Hewitt. That's why the lawsuit was filed in Dade County Circuit Court and names Archbishop John C. Favarola as a defendant along with Romero, to which we say,
all right.
Good. The victim, who through Zellman declined an interview request, is identified in court papers only as A.B. A.B. That sounds like another Jewish boy, A.B.
A.B. Ishkabibble.
According to a legal complaint, Romero gradually initiated inappropriate conduct with the victim when the boy was 12 or 13, first at the child's home through a game of leapfrog, and later on an overnight stay at the St. Anne Rectory, a game of leapfrog. When the altar boy arrived at St. Anne for what he thought was a group sailing trip with his youth pastor and catechism teacher, he realized no other students were present. Later that night, after returning from a movie with another priest, Romero persuaded the boy to shower with him, the lawsuit states. Romero proceeded to touch the boy's sexual organs while masturbating himself. Sounds reasonable. The 66-year-old former priest who resigned from the clergy earlier this year amid an internal diocese probe of sex abuse complaints couldn't be reached for comment despite phone calls to his home in La Belle. How do you like that?
I don't.
How about Patty La Belle, huh? Here's another fax that says, please tell Uncle Neil that AOL users can vote in polls and get results. Just use Internet Explorer to access neilrogers.com and vote your asses off. It says no chads this way either. So I guess if you go direct to AOL, you're screwed, is what they're trying to say. That what it is?
I guess.
So use Internet Explorer, man, because AOL blows. The O, and it stands for obnoxious, outrageous, unfreaking acceptable. AOL. Who do we hate more, AOL or Bell South? Oh, I'm sorry. 12 minutes after 11 at 5:60. How's Gary Sarner doing? Haven't seen him lately.
He's busy with his new munchkin.
I wonder if I'm going to be able to see his close personal friend, his twin, in Europe next time I go. I wonder if I'm going to be seeing him hanging around. What a... Oh, man. If you're right. I gotta start taking that camera. Start taking the pictures. You would pee in your pants.
The audience is hungry for images.
2 peas in a pod. 2 peas in a pod. It's Gary Sarner Jr. in Amsterdam, baby.
Ever pee in a pod?
Yes, as a matter of fact, it's fun. In fact, it worked for, what's his name? It worked for, on, what was that? Galactica.
What?
In Galactica, didn't he pee in a pod?
Oh, in Gattaca.
What's it called? Galactica? Gattaca,
Yeah.
same Gattaca. Well, I don't want to say that because it sounds like...
I think he took 2 peas in a pod, now that you mention
I think
it.
he did. Hey, it's that time of the year again, speaking of peeing on your mattress. If your old mattress has had some accidents like that, and maybe it's just lumpy and worn out for you, here's the way to get you a new mattress and a great night's sleep for years to come. One easy call. What a piece of shopping for even simple people. That's right. Just pick up your phone and call Dial a Mattress any day, 365 days a year, and they give you the best deal going all the way around. They've got the top prices and the best deals on dozens of top models from all of the big names in the business. Sealy, Serta, Tempur-Pedic, Simmons, King Coil, Stearns & Banana, Foster. So call 1-800-MATTRESS, 1-800-MATTRES, and just sit there on your ass. They'll be there in no time at all. No nonsense, no bait and switch, no house brands, no phony promises, and best of all, you'll never have to pay premium for the best service going anywheres. You'll get service like you only dream about from the delivery team, ranked number 1 in customer satisfaction. When you call Dial a Mattress at 1-800-MATTRESS, you still get to pick the day and time for delivery, and they show up. It's like a freaking miracle. Any 2-hour window, 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Believe you me, you'll be sleeping like me, like a baby on your Dial a Mattress, like I've been doing for years. Low prices, same-day delivery, free setup and removal. What's not to like? It's easy to see why Dial a Mattress is the best in the world in customer satisfaction. So don't get sucked in by those mattress showrooms or furniture store ads. They're not in the same league with Dial a Mattress. Call them right now. They'll be knocking on your door in no time at all when you want them to. Call 1-800-MATTRESS, 1-800-MATTRES, or you'll find them online at mattress.com.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Do they sit and watch the TV with a finger up their butt? Whoa, I'd love to know what Christians do for fun. Read the Bible in the corner while fondling their nuts. Whoa, I'd love to know what Christians do for fun. Poster white and pasty from the fast food they eat. Inhaling packs of macaroni and cheese. Cut holes in the bed sheet just in case they reproduce. That's just about all they're allowed to do. I'd love to know. Ooh, I'd love to know. Do they get a swollen pud while cleaning out their gun? Whoa, I'd love to know what Christians do for fun. Do they polish up the fish on the tailgate of their truck? Whoa, I'd love to know what Christians do for fun. Sit and stand and eat and sit back down again and chew. And wash it all down with a 12-pack of brew. Live a life of boredom, up to heaven you'll go. God only smiles upon boring assholes. I'd love to know. Yay, I'd love to know.
What a glam do for fun. It's 11:18 at 560 WQAM. Here's one that says, please help me with this comedian's name. I know it's lame to say I hate him, can't remember his name. He does the voice of a little kid named Bobby on a cartoon show. He's Canadian, eh? And it says, God damn it, I hate these. And my member sells Take Pity. His name is Bobcat Goldthwait. Is that who we think it is?
I wrote that with a question mark because I don't know who he means, but that's my guess.
Oh.
It's Bob.
Bob. Sponge. Oh, speaking of SpongeBob, here's two, Sinbad and Carrot Top.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Are we going to pick on Carrot Top again?
Yes. Please.
Good. Let's do it. Oh, no, sisters recount abuse by priest. Are you making these up? I think you just have a place that we're just cranking these things out. Cranking up these bubble mices, as they say in Siberia.
I belong to a group.
Oh, do you know those letters? We were talking about this before. The letters home from the soldiers that turn out to be really bogus.
The form letters?
The letters appeared in roughly 12 newspapers across the country, from Massachusetts to California and from many places in between. Family members and local newspapers received letters from soldiers from the 2nd Battalion of the 503rd Infantry Regiment detailing their successes in northern Iraq. And why can't we get to the right part of it? Amy Connell of Sharon, Mass. knew as soon as she received a letter from her son Adam that he didn't write it. He's 20 years old. I saw her in the news last night. Did you see her?
No.
He's 20 years old. I don't think this is his language or his writing ability would have entailed that kind of description. She was right. Her son didn't write the letter. In an email to ABC News today, the commander of the battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Dominic Caracciolo, said the letter-writing initiative was all his idea. Propaganda, baby.
See?
Caracciolo said he circulated a form letter to his soldiers to give them an opportunity to let their respective hometowns know what they are accomplishing here in Kirkuk. As you might expect, they're working at an extremely fast pace. Getting the good news back home isn't always easy. The good news sounds like more Christian fun. We thought it'd be a good idea to encapsulate what we as a battalion have accomplished since arriving in Iraq and share that pride with the people back home. He wrote that his staff drafted the letter, he edited it and reviewed it and then offered it to soldiers. Every soldier who signed that letter did so after a careful read, he said. Some who could find the time decided to send their own versions, while others chose not to take part in the initiative. Caracciolo was unapologetic, saying the letter perfectly reflects what each of these brave soldiers has and continues to accomplish on the ground, is what he said. And they said, "Do you believe me?"
Sure.
Yeah, he said that. Do you believe me? Bobcat Goldthwait, that's what we think, but I really don't know. I hope he's not Canadian.
I have a public service announcement.
Yes?
It's Howie Mandel that does the
Oh!
voice.
Oh!
From Bobby's World.
Oh, I'm so glad we got Howie Mandel on there. He makes my innards just twitch.
Eh?
He makes my kishkis ache. I don't understand Howie Mandel at all. At all. I've never been able to understand why anybody would think he's funny, he's annoying, he's irritating. I'm so glad we got that. Thank you.
You don't understand how he's up there?
No. How he got to where he is today. Oh, not another one of those. Is this the priest thing? What is this? Oh, you got so much stuff coming in here now. What about the painkiller addiction? Is there more to that? There better be.
2 more pages if you want them.
Well, please. Oh, yeah, because it's about our good friend Rush. That's what the whole thing is about. All Rush, all time. You can't hear Rush himself. So what we'll do is we'll just rip him an ass for 4 hours every day while he's in rehab. And we'll probably get Wilma on the air. How's Wilma doing? Won't see her no more. Anyway, let's see. Should we do that one first? Let's get some more names for this poll. We've only got 100 of them. Which so-called comedian do you think is the least funny? See, and then, of course, when they, like that Randy, which his fax is still rolling around on the floor moving, when they send a list of 8, I mean, what does that mean? I guess he's just trying to put names that he thinks belong on the list, but it's not really responsive to the question. So, Manishtan or Halala Hazar, why should they be any different from any other day? Because they just don't respond. They have, like, their own agenda. They have their own homosexual agenda. 201 votes, not too bad. Tom Arnold 49, Dennis Miller 44. I hope Dennis Miller wins.
Me too.
I don't want to influence this, but I hope Dennis Miller wins because he's a freaking asshole, man.
That's who I voted for.
He's a moron. And I'm so glad that ABC took it deep inside the old bottom.
Rectum.
Twice. Putting him on Monday Night Football, which was an absolute abortion. And the fact that we had people on this radio station trying to say, oh, well, he's not so bad. He's a piece of crap.
Yeah.
What he added to those broadcasts, you could put in a teacup and have room for the goddamn Chinese army left over.
Maybe they could try someone who ain't a Nazi next time.
There you go. Or maybe somebody who actually has something to do with sports or sports broadcasting, as opposed to trying to bring some curmudgeon in there who thinks he's a comedian.
Sports!
Some Nazi. Although they said Heinrich Himmler was a lot of fun at a cocktail party. Tom Arnold 49, and then, of course, the Rush thing on ESPN. They jammed that right up there.
Rectum.
Yeah. Donovan McNabb took his foot and shoved it right up Rush's ass, said, hey, Rush, it hurts, but pop up couple, the pain will stop real quick. You'll be golfing in no time at all. Isn't it amazing how some of these bastards are always playing golf? OJ, with his bad knees, he's playing golf. You got Rush, who's like in tremendous neck and back pain. He's out there whacking it around. Man. Tom Arnold, 49, Dennis Miller, 44, Martin Lawrence, 21. It just changed again. I'm hoping maybe Dennis Miller moves up a little. Oh, look at that. Like I said, Dennis Miller, see the power of Neil? You see that?
Oh, God.
They just tied him. Tom Arnold, 49, and Dennis Miller, 49. He's got to pass Tom Arnold like he's standing still. Whoopi Goldberg, 22. Martin Lawrence, 22. I'll tell you another guy who I think is not funny at all, and everybody is going to be pissed off when I say this. John
Ritter.
No. Oh, don't be picking on poor John Ritter. Oh, he wasn't funny. John, he was on Night Court. Big guy. Goofy-looking guy.
You mean
John Larroquette?
John Larroquette. Now, do you think he's funny?
He's funny in shows, but as far as
nah, he's not funny. He's an asshole, man. John Larroquette, get him on there.
All right.
I'd rather see Cliff Arquette. At least he was funny. Right?
Sure.
I'm going to butcher this name.
Cliff Arquette was great. John Larroquette, L-A-R-I-Q-U, as in queen, Q-U-E-T-T-E. You got your 2 T-T's there?
Yes, E.
John Larroquette, good. Let's see, Martin Lawrence, 22. Rosie O'Donnell, that fat dyke bitch, has got 15. We hate you, Rosie. There's a lot of hate pent up in us, and that's why we like this show so much, as we get a chance to, like, when in doubt, we let it out. Pop another one, Rush. Ben Stein, 10, so I guess he is supposed to be. Although, I don't know, I thought he was just a philanthropist who gives his money away and wants a lot of publicity for it. And a right-wing asshole. How come most of the assholes seem to be right-wingers, you know? Wanda Sykes, 9, Robin Williams, 6, Jerry Seinfeld, 6, Carrot Top, 5, Chris Tucker and his mother, 5, Tim Allen, 5, Ray Romano, 4, Jackie Mason's got 4. See, you think, who was it you were saying didn't belong on there? Oh, Chris Rock. Well, he's got 1. That's probably the guy that sent the name in.
Yeah.
Ellen DeGenerate's got 2. Nothing funny about that bitch, I'll tell you that right now. She makes my skin crawl. Why does anybody like her? Because she's a dyke? See, if you're going to like dykes, at least like attractive ones, you know, hot dykes. There's nothing worse than a cold, flabby dyke like her. She's a flabby, cold, nasty dyke who's not attractive. She's not funny. She just won't go away. That's the thing that bugs me about her. She won't go away. She just keeps coming back over and over.
They keep sticking her on there.
That's what I'm saying. She keeps making a comeback, that bitch. And the public says, no, she's like a little too dykey for us. And then, of course, what the H is going on with her? Now she's like, this week she's straight, she's with a guy, and then next week she's like all over the place. 11:27 at 560 WQM. Hey, if your hair's all over the place, mostly off your head, here's the answer for it. Charles Alfieri and his natural hairline system. You can monkey around with all these other people. You can listen to all these other peddlers out there. Everybody in the world now is peddling hair pieces and holes in the head and magic pills that make your hair grow back. Not. The natural hairline system is the best in the world, which for over 25 years now, people with the big bucks and even schleppers go to Charlie and everybody in between. No matter how much you spend, you can't get a better looking head of hair than the natural hairline system. And that's why they call it natural hairline, because that's what it looks like. Like the hair's really grown out of your scalp, like it's your real hair, as opposed to a dead farm animal on your head. So you have nothing to lose but the bald spot, because when you get it, everybody gets Charlie's 30-day guarantee. If you don't love the way your hair looks and feels and smells, if you're not getting ahead at least 15, 20, 30 times a day, return it. Charlie give you your money back, no problem at all. And be sure to mention my name when you call, because Charlie give you $200 off the regular price just for having the cojones to mention Neil Rogers when you make that phone call. The number to call, toll free, to get your hair back and look better and younger than you ever dreamed you could again. It's 1-800-321-2413. That's 1-800-321-2413, or log on to it, charlesalfieri.com.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
How about it, Max? The 80s are back.
They are?
Uh-huh. And 50s funny man Jerry Lewis is too.
Are you sure?
Well, kind of. And now the 50s meet the 80s to form a supergroup for the new millennium. Introducing Jerry Lewis and the News.
Hey, lady, the heart of rock and roll is still beating with the ventricles in the aorta in Cleveland already, with Sheboygan and Gefleugel and all those places.
The king of comedy is about to become the prince of pop. It's Jerry Lewis and the News.
Hey, lady, oh, please, I'd like a new drug. No needles, please. Just a nice man, pharmacist type person in a white coat, please. I sign here, thank you.
Hey, it's hip to be square, and it's even hipper to buy something round, like the new CD from Jerry Lewis and the News.
Available. You can find it wherever fine records are sold, with the nice man behind the counter to help you find it with the nice lady person, okay? Why? Who knows?
So Boca Bob says Jerry Lewis is the least funny, and I don't think you'll get too many arguments, right?
Okay.
I mean, once upon a time he was funny.
That can't be sort of way, sure.
Anyway, put his ass on there. Now, if you could have just seen, are you watching CNN by any chance?
No, I've been flipping around, though.
Too bad.
The naked protest?
No, they just showed Wesley Clark at the Rascal House talking to 400-year-old Jews. Oh, my goodness. They had one woman sitting there. She looked like Death on Wheels, man. It was unbelievable.
Did she have a walker with wheels?
No, she didn't have no walker. She was squatting down. She was busy pushing her pickles and her coleslaw into her sack. Into her bag. With a couple of dingleberries. Man, Wesley Clark. I guess I don't know what that's all about, do you?
No, I really don't, but he ought to go to Vic and Nerves.
Yeah, you ought to, if you want to go see some living and breathing people under the age of 100, go to Vic and Nerves is right. That's a good idea. Get some White Hots.
Get a good meal.
Anyway, here's a whole list again. The official unfunny list. See, they won't play by the game. They just refuse to do it. Bill Maher is on here, but he's not supposed to be a comedian. He's just an asshole, right?
No, he's done stand-up. That's,
Has he?
Yeah.
Oh, get him on there then. I want to change my vote. I want to change my vote. I dislike him even more than I dislike Dennis Miller.
I want to change mine
Dennis
to someone
Miller,
else.
at least just, he's just a good goose-stepping right-wing asshole. But Bill Maher is this curmudgeonly, like I've always told you, he's like a poor man's Dick Cavett, which is really saying a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a shot.
And I know we're not going to do the little twerp thing because I thought about that. We've already done that poll. Who's the wimpiest and little twerpiest? We've done that. Bill Gates, that crowd.
Yeah.
And Bill Maher was on there. And he deserves to be on this one, too. And I know there are a lot of people out there, but Bill Maher is such a great political mind. He's an asshole, man. This is the same guy. He wrote the book, when you're driving your SUV, you ride with Saddam or with Osama. Remember that?
Yeah.
Whatever that stupid book is. Of course, if you're driving my Corvette, I guess I'm riding with Osama because it still takes gas to run, you moron, you idiot. If you're driving a car that gives you like 50 miles a gallon, you're still riding with Osama because you're still putting gas in it. You got it, Bill? You idiot, you simpleton, you. Man, talk about another state of mind, Bill Maher. No wonder he got fired everywhere he's ever been. He's even worse than Mo.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm sorry, that's getting carried away. Johnny Carson, somebody says. I would agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not saying that some of his Carmack routines or, whatever,
Right.
Some of the stuff was mildly amusing once in a great while. But for all those years, what was funny about him? And Jay Leno, which he's already on there, right?
Right.
Toady Fields. Oh, don't be picking on dead people now. She was a panic. Senior Wences. Now that's not right. Senior Wences was, see, at that point I draw the line.
We
You
stuck
can't,
Chris Rock on there.
Well, no, I'm sorry. Senior Wentz is number one. He's dead. And number two, most of these people don't know who it is. Number three was very, very funny. Sarai. God. Jackie the Joke Man Martling.
I want to change my vote to him.
Which I didn't even know Jackie the Joke Man had a last name, but obviously does. Now, what is he doing now that he ain't on the Stern Show anymore?
I don't know. Nothing, I hope.
No, I'm sure somebody will
Starving,
tell us.
I hope.
Some New Yorker type. I'm surprised Scott hasn't jumped right in there to tell us. Jackie the Joke Man. Is he on there with opium and anthemium?
Who cares?
And it says any asshole at an open mic night at a local comedy club. You're right. Oh, I know who could be on there. He won't because nobody knows who it is. What's Boca's friend there? Shecky Patterson.
Steve Patterson?
Steve Patterson. He's about as funny as terminal hemorrhoidosis, man.
Should we put people on here that somebody might have heard of, though?
No, I'm not putting them on there. That's what I just said. But I just mentioned that in passing. Just as a little stuff to Boca Brian there. Your buddy's about as funny, like I said, as an aneurysm.
Hey, you did that Scoogans bit.
Like I said, awful. Now, do I want to do the sisters? I better take some calls. We got a lot more names to put on there, but we got some very important stories, including the drug habit, hard to kick thing. I'll be damned. Here's a call from some beach. You don't say what beach, but some beach. Hello.
Yeah, Miami Beach, Neil. Thanks.
Okay.
I would like to recommend for the list Dudley Moore.
Oh, poor Dudley Moore, who's dead, but a lot of us aren't.
But,
You're right. I agree with you.
And let me add one more thing about Rush, if I might. When
Please.
he renewed his contract and was going deaf at the time,
Yes.
I would imagine he did not tell the people he was negotiating with that he was going deaf at the time.
Absolutely correct, sir.
Didn't tell him at all. Of course, he didn't tell him about the pills, but I'm sure he did not tell him, you guys, I'm going deaf. Still give me $33 million a year.
Right.
Yep.
Well said. Thanks a lot, pal.
Right, bye-bye.
Dudley Moore, another guy. He's dead, but I mean, there's a dead guy we can pick on because I thought he was just. I think his name said it all. The first part, Dud.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Sure.
Hey, Dud. Just another little kind of like a munchkin guy that,
Club
I mean, at least, what's his name? Mr. Martini, Danny, whatever, DeVito. At least he's funny.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not fall down on the floor funny, but
Funny
he's funny. He amuses you every now and then. Did he amuse you? I like Danny DeVito, especially in Cuckoo's Nest. Mr. Martini. Hey, have a martini, Mr. Martini. Although I did love, was it not Ellen Burstyn? Who was it?
Nurse Ratched?
No, don't tell me. I always confuse her. Don't tell me. I always confuse her with Ellen Burstyn. Ellen Burstyn, of course, was Sarah.
Right.
And she also was in Exorcist.
Right.
She played Reagan's mother. Of course, Ronnie forgot about it. Louise Fletcher.
Yes.
Oh, very good. Thank goodness. See, now I have a little confidence I can live another week or two. Louise Fletcher. No, Lois Fletcher. Louise? Louise. Jeez, Louise. So who else did we just put on there that sucks and blows? Big chunks?
Dudley Moore.
Dudley Moore. Very good. Hey, Rush, can you hear us?
No.
Here's Deerfield. Hello.
Hey, yeah, I'd like to say, Carrot Top was my top on my poll anyway. But Norm Macdonald and and Colin Quinn. Both of those guys, they're terrible.
Norm Macdonald is a dud. Yeah, okay, thank you. Good choices. Norm Macdonald. Who was the other one he said?
Colin Quinn.
Colin Quinn? Who the hell is that?
He replaced Norm Macdonald when he got fired because he wouldn't shut up about O.J.
Oh. He wouldn't shut up about O.J.
So Saturday Night, he used to do the news on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, see, I haven't watched that show since it used to be good.
And Norm was very funny.
I used to watch that show all the time when it was good.
Took a shot at O.J. during every newscast. And they
so
told him
then
to stop.
why don't we like him then?
I like him a lot. His stand-up routine was hysterical. He did the news.
Well, this guy don't like him. Put him on there anyway.
them.
I thought I hated Norm Macdonald. Or was that old Macdonald? Hey, O.J.,
Ronald
they still
McDonald.
hate you. O.J., they hate you like poison. What the hell just happened to that thing? Look at that. Oh,
Look at
please.
that.
Look at what I got. See, he's messing up my whole, again, second day in a row. I can't get rid of Rush. What the hell is going on there if I was having like another technical brain fart or something?
Oh, man.
See, there he is. He finally stuck his nose in there. 64 for Dennis Miller. What did I tell you? Which so-called comedian do you think is the least funny? Tom Arnold, 56. Whoopi Goldberg, 25. Just a hair is enough to just send me into orbit, man. I can't handle it. Martin Lawrence, 24. Rosie O'Donnell, 18. Carrot Top, 14. Wanda Sykes, 11, even with that fresh turd. Ben Stein and Bob Saget, rhymes with faggot and maggot, 10 apiece. And drag it right across the room, right through the soup. Jerry Seinfeld's got 7. Ray Romano's got 7. Robin Williams, 6. Tim Allen, 5. Chris Tucker, 5. Jackie Mason's got 4. Ellen DeGenerate's got 4. That dyke. Chris Rock's got 4, George.
Screw
4
them.
votes for Chris Rock.
What do they know?
I'm not agreeing with him. Who the hell is this guy?
Because my family and friends pretty much make fun of me constantly.
What a
so
queen.
I
would
think
too.
that I don't think I could ever let it go to my head so much. It's been
What
a
a
lot of fun. It's
screamer.
been
Who
very
is that?
flattering. It's been very
Some
humbling.
faggot.
And I
Bob Faggot?
touched by the
What's he doing with this chick on there? Well, of course, she's kind of ugly, too, but what's he not going to do her? He's a faggot. Who is that? What is that? What show is that?
It's some new dating show.
Another reality, romance
show.
and reality. That's a screamer, man. I'll tell you right there. He's floating.
I don't even have Gaydar and he's setting it off.
Just like that, on that awful, what was that, what the hell is it? Justin Guarini, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the weenie party liked. Look at that. I mean, he's actually not that bad. If he just shut up. He's one of those guys. Look at right there. He looks pretty good.
He can't stop.
Bob Gwinny, he's still speaking.
or not, but I have to be honest. And this experience.
Oh, don't say those S's. Don't say the S words, man. The S's are flying right through my TV all the way up here. I can't deal with it. Maybe not. Maybe we're wrong about that. Let's cut him some slack.
No.
11:41 at 560 WQM. When your carpets need serious help, when they look really schmutzy and they may even smell bad, when you're embarrassed by how filthy your carpets are, don't go throwing them out and spending a ton of money for expensive new carpeting. Do the smart thing like I always do. For over 20 years I've been doing it. Call our friends at Dry Concepts. They're the best in the world. It'll be a miracle on your floor. I guarantee it. I'll bet Scott Jr.'s life on it. And George, too. I'll throw him in there, too. Because they always do an unbeatable, spectacular job. They're the number one carpet cleaning company in the world. The only people who actually dry clean your carpets, an exclusive patented method that allows them to suck out the dirt that's way down in there in the fibers of your carpet, which makes them look brand new, stay cleaner longer, and last longer, too. And smell lemony fresh in a couple of hours. They're dry, ready to rock and roll again. And right now, Dry Concepts offers you a chance to save 15% on that next carpet cleaning. Just call Dry Concepts at the usual toll-free number, 1-800-248-5071, and ask them to be putting you on their standby list. Tell them to put it. And then Dry Concepts will call you next time they have an opening in that schedule. It's like when you fly standby. If you're available when they have an opening, they'll knock 15% off the already low regular price. And keep in mind, they give you that written guaranteed price up front before they start doing the job. So call Dry Concepts today. Ask to be put on their standby list. They might even have an opening for you today or whatever day you might be calling. They'll still give you the 15% off on the price of the job. Here's the toll-free number. 1-800-248-5071. Don't play Russian roulette with your expensive carpeting. Talk to our friends at Dry Concepts because they definitely are the best in the universe. 1-800-248-5071 or check them out on the web at dryconcepts.com.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
I urge everyone to complain to this station.
First, there was the club, the anti-theft device that locks to the steering wheel of your car. Then there was the cap, the anti-theft device that prevents thieves from taking your airbags. Now there's the ultimate in state-of-the-art theft protection. Introducing the crap. 2.5 pounds of steaming human excrement that plops neatly into the front seat of all domestic and most foreign vehicles. Properly installed, the crap deters even the most determined thief.
Hey, nice car. They left the door unlocked. Let's take this for a little spin. Oh, my God. Someone took a dump on the front seat. That is disgusting. I'm moving on to the next car.
One whiff of the crap, and thieves will move on to another car that doesn't have a steaming pile of human excrement on the front seat. We guarantee it. Order the crap for your car today. And anyone who tries to steal your car will be in deep, well, you know.
Yeah, we sure do. 11:47, 13 till noon. We got the Mad Dog at 2, the Humper at 4. 7 o'clock, you got your playoff edition of Marlins on deck. 7:45, this is the one, baby. Do or die. Marlins at the Cubs game 6 at Wrigley Field, 7:45 tonight. Eddie K follows the baseball game, and Joe and Mark in their lowly rated show overnight 2 to 5. Now, maybe they'll have a good summer book, do you think?
We don't know.
Well, maybe somebody will have a good summer book, because Thursday at 1 p.m., look out now, comes the big summer book coming out. Enormous, tremendous pressure. Wait till you hear who's coming up on this thing, if it ever decides to play.
Joey.
No. Talk about great audio, huh?
High five.
Hey, little flashback action. Romance on a Friday night called Baby It's You, number 10 song. Hey, would you believe this? In the second period, it's Hialeah 20, Coral Gables nothing.
Ricky.
Attention every teen from Homestead to Key West. It's finally happened. Now a blast of a dance, especially for every young adult in the Keys. Tomorrow night, Diamond Head presents Dr. C and the Undertaker. It's Diamond Head Rec Center in the middle of Islamorada on US 1. A whale of an air-conditioned time with Dr. T plus a little bit of soul. Music starts at 7:30 with Go-Go Girls, dance contest, and cash prizes. And the game room opens 7 days a week from 3 to 11. Diamond Head, the only dance in the Keys in Islamorada, smack dab on US 1. Hey, get on down there. We'll be looking for you tomorrow night. We can come down there right after we get off the radio at 9. Have Linda Candy and Jerry. You want to go along?
No.
You ever been to Islamorada?
No, Kimasabi.
You don't want to go?
No.
All right. Well, we're going to go down there anyway. We'll be looking for you at Diamond Head tomorrow. I think he has a full I've got to turn your mic on.
Yeah, you got it.
That's one of the first rules you learn at radio. Always turn the mic on before you talk.
Right, okay, halftime score.
What do you got for us, Jan?
Jackson 21, Edison 7. That's a half-time score.
Let me check that out here. Jackson, how much?
21.
Yes.
Edison 7.
Oh, I thought they were playing Palmetto.
Tiger Radio!
Supposed to show how good a scorekeeper I am, right? Yeah.
I don't mind the guy dancing with my girl.
That's enough. Like I said, Rick, that's enough. You can't shut him up.
I guess
1966. 1966, Ricky Ticky Shaw, and he's still going strong. My old headed frat.
You go, boy.
Friend. Yeah, you go, boy. Rick Shaw. He's okay. He calls us every once in a while just to make sure we know he's still alive. What did he say that one day? It was a weepy. Remember that day when he called and said, I do great radio? I didn't know whether to just scream or lick a banana.
He doffed his hat to you.
He doffed his filthy cap to me. By the way, get that thing dry cleaned. Maybe Dry Concepts can help you out, Ricky. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's Plantation. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I like to say Jimmy Kimball or Pee Wee Herman.
Jimmy what?
Kimball.
Jimmy Kimball
Or
and
Pee
Pee
Wee
Wee
Herman.
Herman. Okay, thanks. Jimmy Kimball. Who the hell's Jimmy Kimball?
I've heard of him, but...
Okay.
I think
and
he
what about
means Jimmy
Pee Wee?
Kimmel.
Oh, Jimmy Kimmel?
Yeah, that unfunny guy.
Okay. And what about Pee Wee?
I'll put him on there.
Yeah. Put Pee Wee on there, okay?
Pee Wee's a character. Do we want to put Paul Rubens on there?
Oh, Paul Rubens is a pervert. Pee Wee Herman's a character. He's the comedian. 5670560, pound 560. You don't think Paul Rubens is gay, do you?
Yes.
No. You think so?
I don't know.
You can't be gay and do stuff with little kids unless you're a priest. Do you know that?
I got the memo.
Which is a good segue into this story. Sisters recount abuse by a priest. The two sisters hadn't spoken about the incidents for more than 30 years.
About 30, man.
Even now, it's difficult for the women, both in their late 40s, to talk about the times they were molested by a priest in the rectory of St. Patrick's Church in Maysville. Now, where the hell is Maysville? Do we know what paper is this? Cincinnati. It's in Ohio. It was always there, said the older of the two, who was 14 when she was sexually assaulted. I wanted to be a nun, but I thought I was an evil person. An evildoer. The woman and her sister, both of whom still live in the area and asked not to be identified, settled their claim this past weekend against the Catholic Diocese of Covington, The diocese paid $750,000 to them, and a third person, a man who was molested as a young teen in the late 60s at St. Patrick's, said their attorney, Barbara Boner of Covington. B-O-N-A-R, Barbara Boner. Boner. The man said he was molested by Earl Bierman, who was serving a 20-year prison sentence at the Kentucky State Reformatory after pleading guilty in 1993 to molesting boys in Maysville, Newport, and Covington in the 60s and 70s. Bierman is still a priest, but he's been prohibited by the church from carrying out any priestly duties using the term father with his name. Oh, God. He can't carry out any priestly duties or use the name father, but he's still a priest. Well, they got this shortage going. You know
they call him uncle.
Is that what it is? The two women identified their molester as former priest David McPherson, who was assigned to St. Patrick's Parish, and who taught at the parish school in the 60s. And it goes on. Now comes the good story. The stuff that we're really sinking our teeth into these days. Hypocrites is us. That's Rush's new deal. Instead of the OIB and the EIB and all that bullcrap. Hypocrites is us. HIU. Painkiller addiction difficult to beat. Conservative radio talk show host Rush Limbaugh, who last week checked into a 30-day treatment program. How many?
About 30, man.
To break his addiction to painkillers, faces a challenge greater than trying to silence throngs of liberals. You ready for that?
I'm ready.
A challenge greater than trying to silence throngs of liberals. More than 4 million Americans are addicted to painkillers. Among those who seek treatment, only about half are successful. Dr. Karen Drender, assistant professor of psychiatry at Emory University and director of the substance abuse program at the Atlanta Veterans Affairs Medical Center, answered some questions about pain medications and addictions. Question. Rush Limbaugh's problems have been linked to Oxycontin and what is it? Lorcat? I don't think that's spelled right. Lorcet. Bad facts. Lorcet, which includes hydrocodone. For what conditions are these drugs normally prescribed, and how are they different? Oxycontin is for chronic pain that needs relief around the clock, as Bill Haley would say. And we just heard that a little while ago?
Yeah, we did.
See? It has a controlled release format, though oxycodone is available in immediate release form. Lorcet is available for treatment of pain on an as-needed basis. Both are opioids. Opioids. Oh. And both peak about an hour after you take them. They peak. Want to take a peek? Question, what other painkillers most often lead to addiction? It has more to do with how you take the drugs than the drugs themselves. Oxycontin, if taken as directed, is not likely to cause dependence, but if you crush the tablet, you circumvent the slow-release mechanism. Drugs you take orally have a slower onset, less likely to be addictive, but by smoking or injecting any opioids, it can take only 10 seconds to get to the brain.
They also
snort
snort
them.
that?
What?
They crush them up and snort them.
It's more potent and addictive that way. Was he having a rip snorting good time? Is that what you're saying? As he was taking up the nose? Oh no!
Maybe he was just chewing them up.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
Well, maybe that's why, like I keep telling you, he didn't have time to eat. He lost all that weight. When you're taking 30,000 pills a year, you don't have time for no food no mo.
Like candy.
Right, exactly. Without the calories, which I have a really good story about the low-carb diets. Poor doctor, that's some of that stuff. I don't want to read the whole thing, but anyway, it says the rate of staying abstinent is about 40%. The longer you stay in the treatment program, the better your chances of success. Methadone is a very effective treatment for people who've tried abstinence and not been able to make it work. And it goes on and on and on. Finger-pointing, phony son of a bitch. That's exactly what you are. Liar, douchebag, scumbag, peddler of bullcrap. And WBAL in Baltimore is dropping the Rush Limbaugh show until he comes back, if he does, if and when. And they're running his substitutes overnight on the graveyard shift, kind of like when Joe and Mark are on. What does that tell you? By the way, speaking of that, did anybody come in with a check? What?
Sorry.
You keep laughing like I don't really expect some people there in the building who are making some big bucks to help us out. I'm not talking about the peons like you and Scott.
I keep laughing because you keep joking.
No, I'm not joking. I'm choking, but I'm not joking. Yeah, in fact, I guarantee if Pharrell brings us a check for Bandit Pararescue if he ever comes back again.
If they ever
gets
give him
over
a
his
check.
illin. What?
Has he started getting paid yet?
Oh.
Are they holding on to that?
Yeah, they're hanging on to it just in case. They want to see how things work out. He's sick. He's under the weather, Pharrell. Don't let anybody feed you any BS, okay? He's illin'. He's really illin'. A little bit too much partying with all the sports over the weekend. How's that poll coming? So nobody brought in the $335 that we need to get to $32,000.
No.
That's pretty demoralizing to me. What a bunch of cheap bastards you people are. All the money I'm making you people. 343 votes on the poll, and they're saying, yeah, with all the money you're making. Well, I put in 10 grand. How about you, cheap bastards, huh? That's the point. Dennis Miller, 75. Which so-called comedian do you think is the least funny? Dennis Miller's killing him, 75. Tom Arnold, 60. Martin Lawrence, 27. What about Steve Lawrence and his brother that's running the elevator at the track? Whoopi Goldberg, 26. Carrot Top, 23. Rosie O'Donnell. We hate you, Rosie. You fat, disgusting, unfunny, obnoxious dyke. Bob Saget, 15. Wanda Sykes, 12. Ben Stein, 11. I'm surprised that many people know who Wanda Sykes is. What is she on? Drugs?
Drugs.
No, seriously, what is she on?
She was on Inside the NFL last year for about 3 shows.
She was on Inside the NFL?
How about that?
She had or has a show or something.
Yeah, 3 or 4 shows, and that was it.
Now, was she like picking up logs off the field or what?
Kicking alligators.
11:57, 3 minutes till noon at 560 WQM. By the way, keep your hands off Tom Brady, Wanda, and Brady Quinn, too, while you're at it. Hey, Notre Dame sucks, and they got a hot quarterback. I keep saying that every day because it's like dying going to heaven. What more could you want? He's a true freshman, by the way, George. Aren't you impressed?
Huh? I know what that means.
That's the greatest.
So
gay. It's so gay is right. Is he? Wow. Hey, I gotta leave. I'm on the way to South Bend. I want to see if I can bend it. Here's a place where you won't get bent out of shape. Hallett Pontiac GMC. I wonder if you think Bob Eisenberg is still alive?
Yeah.
Because he and the rest of that sales department, I told Muff this morning, man, that sales department, you can't complain about the job they're doing with copy lately because they're not doing one. They're AWOL like El Presidente. They're just absent without leave. They're just like flitting around, I guess, spending all the money that they're milking out of the rest of us. The 2003 Neil Rogers blowout sale is still going on, so says Bob Eisenberg at Hallett Pontiac GMC. Get the lowest prices in town from Tom Lennon, Joe Prieto, and all the wonderful folks over there at Hallett. Neil deal number 1, as you probably know by now, save up to $7 grand with the highest rebates of the year, plus get deep, unbelievable discounts on all remaining 2003 models, including the Yukon and Envoy XL. When in doubt, they're blowing it out. And Neil deal number 2, get 0% financing for up to 5 years. And listen to this, you can lease a fully loaded 2004 Grand Prix GT for only $259 a month for 36 months with 12,000 miles a year, and $2,500 out of pocket is all you pay. And as always, as they have for over 35 long, excruciating years, almost as long as Rick Shaw's been puking it out on the radio, they've got a great selection of unbeatable pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs waiting on you too. And if you're worried about your credit, if you have a blemish or two or a whole bunch, it's very rarely a problem because they want to work with you to cut you a deal and get you into a new vehicle at Hallett Pontiac. It's the big 2003 blowout sale going on right now at Hallett Pontiac GMC, 13401 South Dixie Highway. That's US 1 across from the Falls, open every day, 7 days a week. For more info, call the Neil Deal hotline, toll-free, 1-888-534-4211. That's 1-888-534-4211. Don't forget all Neil Deals. Subject to credit approval. See our friends at Hallett for details. That's Hallett Pontiac GMC, who'll be professional grade.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Well, it be the 12 to 1 hour on WQAM.
She's a perfect Nazi who likes to flash her panty. When she don't have those on, she's hanging like pastrami on rye and Coulter's Rancid Snatch. And Coulter's Rancid Snatch. Imagine what you can catch from Ann Coulter's Snatch. Gonorrhea pie, you scratches with a brush, you. She banged Geraldo and Vilmar, but she'll never get drudge. And Coulter's Rancid Snatch. And Coulter's Rancid Snatch. A swirling pool of crap. And Coulter's Rancid Snatch. Oozing pungent moisture, leaking out her cloister, walking with a dildo, firmly jammed inside of her butt. And Coulter's Rancid Snatch. And Coulter's Rancid Snatch. Don't want to know what it could hatch. And Coulter's Snatch.
So guess what General Wesley Clark had at the Rascal House yesterday?
What?
Pastrami on rye.
Ooh. With sauce? Special sauce.
Anyway, wait till you hear who this is. This will tickle your tonsils. If it ever starts playing. Of course, these things start like real abrupt, you know.
There's the delayed reaction.
Y100, your music leader with the hottest new hits. This week, featuring the latest from Force MDs.
Kid Curry.
Prince and the Revolution. And Van Halen. The most listened to radio station in Florida. Number 1 for hit music and more fun.
Van Halen, a round of applause. That's great. All right. Sandy Hagar, of course, and I'm sure glad to see Eddie Van Halen. Sandy, because he's been a great vocalist in his own right, his own albums for a long, long time, and that's going to make him a superstar. Let's go. Why can't this be love? We'll play that again later. Robbie Amadeus coming up. Amadeus coming up, too, so don't go away. Mostly cloudy, high 75. Rain chance about 50-50 later on today. Rain, the weather for the Grand Prix looks good, though. Sunny, windy, but cold. I have about 58 degrees tomorrow. So do you guys wear your racing jacket and not sweat a lot?
Yeah.
Yes, and Athlete's Foot is coming up with sports. And on the show this morning, in person, coming to our studios to be with us, A.J. Foyt. Interesting guy. So we will find out what's going on with the Grand Prix. Say hi to A.J.
Hey, Sonny. Get lost. Sonny Fox, how do you like that? Now, he didn't like poison for some strange reason. He did have a good line, though, about his buddy there. What the hell was his name that was on the morning show for 5 minutes?
Ron Hersey?
Ron Hersey we sent him on a Hershey Highway. He had a good line. He said, good things happen to people who deserve them, about his former partner in crime on the air, Ron Hershey Highway. Meaning, up yours, Ron. That's what he was trying to tell you, Ron, which I'm sure you already got the message. Yeah. Sonny Fox says, screw you all. Ron Hersey loves this show. We love you too, Ron. Sonny Fox we're not too sure about. I don't have any problems with Sonny Fox.
No.
Do you?
No.
You have a problem with everybody.
That's not true.
I get along good with Sonny Fox. I have no problem with it.
Hi, this is Sonny Fox, and I listen to Neil Rogers because I can hear the word asshole.
See? He's listening right now. Hey, Sonny, how's it going, eh? What's he doing these days? Since he left the Hershey Highway.
I don't know.
Now, let's see. Here's one that says, maybe you can explain to me, and this is the same chronic faxer. How he's settling for large sum. Oh, you know what? This must be the deal, the ones that they send in, the office pool. Remember you were telling me about that?
Right.
They all sit around the office and they send me a bunch of faxes, and then they bet each other as to which ones I'm going to read on the air. How many they send a day?
About 30, man.
That's okay. Good faxes, they kill some good time. Maybe you can explain to me how settling for large sums of money 30 years later,
about 30, man,
in molestation cases makes it all better. It's not as if the money comes out of the priest's pocket and turns him into a suffering pauper. The settlement money comes out of the offering basket where the Sunday automatons make their regular deposits. I guess closure takes place when the victim drives away in a new Lexus. Dirty deeds come dirt cheap, it says. A tisket, a tasket, let me put an offering in your basket, is what the priest says. So there you go. Stick something in my basket. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. We have to do a poll tomorrow.
Probably.
No, I'm just telling you right now, before I forget it. I got to write it down.
All right.
Oh, man. What was the greatest radio station, not your favorite, what was the greatest radio station in the history of South Florida? What?
The fact that you corrected it right there. Because that's what they'll vote for, and that's what they'll call it.
Well, I don't care. No, this is tomorrow, though, not today. And, of course, this is not a limited list, because there's a lot of them that aren't around anymore. They've changed call letters and formats and such. Greatest radio station in the history of South Florida. God, I just want to write this out so I don't forget about it. Plus, there ain't too much going on. Let's see. Anybody on the phone? What?
QAM will win.
Yeah? What about she, mister? Huh? What about she?
She's gone.
She's gone. Well, too bad. Okay, let me stick that right under Pee Wee Herman. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Which so-called comedian do you think is the least funny? Dennis Miller's pulled away to a fairly safe lead over the unctuous Tom Arnold. Oh, and speaking of Arnold, guess who Bush is meeting with on Thursday of this week?
I don't know. Arnold?
Arnold, good guess. Now, who's going to be the intellect in that pairing?
Oh, boy. They're going to get a translator.
They're both going to need an interpreter. Here's Coconut Grove. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Neil, how are you today, buddy?
Okay.
Listen, my favorite comedian, and I think most of the world agrees with me, is George Bush. That's George W., of course.
Oh, man. Look at that. I did that accidentally because he got me so flustered.
You hung up on everybody?
I kept hitting the next button and they just knocked them all off. That's okay. They'll call back. I'm not in any big hurry about these calls today. You notice how it's a whole new deal now.
Right.
I'm just sitting waiting for the checks to come in from our compatriots, from our colleagues. I'm waiting for Greg to come in here and lay a big fat one on us. Man, you know something? Even a champion rooster. Well, roosters don't lay hens, do they?
They lay hens.
They lay hens? They lay eggs?
As often as they can.
No, they don't. You just
roosters lay hens. That's what you said.
Do roosters have penises?
They have
something. No, seriously, what have they got? What does a rooster have? I never thought about this before because birds can't pee. Birds can't pee.
Mm-hmm.
And so what do they do it with?
They have a thing.
Do they have a thing?
They have
But they don't pee with their thing. No, I'm serious. They don't pee because you'll notice a bird drops it's all together. It's all in one. It's a 2-in-1 deal, you know?
It's internal and it comes out when it needs to on the in the case of the male chicken.
Are you sure?
It comes out when it needs to?
Well, the rooster mounts the hen.
No, I don't want a whole graphic description of how they screw. I was asking, does a rooster have a penis? Anyway, what I was starting to say about somebody laying more eggs than Cockadoodie, whatever her name was, Kathy Bates. 80 votes for Dennis Miller. Tom, see the guy when he said George W. was such a moron. Tom Arnold, 61. Whoopi Goldberg, 32. Martin Lawrence, 28. Rosie O'Donnell, 26. Carrot Top, 25. Bob Saget, rhymes with faggot, has got 19. I gave the ones with 20 or more, but he's right on the edge. Here's a call from Aventura. Hello.
Tell everybody about you.
Here's a call from Tamarack. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Janine Garofalo.
Oh, is she a comedian?
Not funny.
No, she's
okay.
not.
I thought she was an actress.
She's a comedian.
She's a comedian?
And on her last
somebody better tell her.
special, she read the entire thing off the notes.
Okay, thanks, pal.
Right there.
Okay, we got her down. We like her politics, we just don't like her humor. Is that it?
Right.
She
dry.
Garofalo. She's very dry. Huh.
And a dyke.
Oh, another dyke? God almighty, are there
know?
any straight people left at all?
About 30, man.
Jesus Christ, every celebrity is either a dyke or that screamer. Now, maybe he's not gay, that one that was on there before from that reality show, I don't know. But he sure smelled like it to me.
Are you kidding?
What? Well, I mean, I said maybe. In other words, there's a 1 in a billion chance. There's always some chance. But my gaydar said, holy cow, that's a real screamer right there.
It'll break your gaydar.
Especially when he started talking kind of fruity like, and there's the runaway ethith starting slipping all over the place. 12:13 at 560 WQAM. Hey, let me tell you, if you want to lose some weight, everybody's fat. I got those big articles about fat, and Americans are getting even fatter by the minute. They're porking up like you wouldn't believe. Even Petunia Pig's starting to run for the hills. If you're one of those people and you've tried everything you know to lose weight, if you're sick and tired of being unhealthy, having no energy, of being wearing pup tents because they don't make any clothes that really fit your big fat ass, here's the answer that you've been looking for, Balance for Life, because it's simple for simple people. They do the work for you. They do all the cooking. You don't have to count any calories or carbs because they do that for you too. It's all based on Dr. Barry Sears' The Zone Diet, which really is very effective, but the problem is it's very difficult to compute. They do the computing for you and deliver right to your door a black sack every morning filled with all the food you need for the whole day. 3 delicious fresh gourmet meals, 2 delicious snacks. They're all in there. You won't be hungry. You won't be starving to death because there's plenty of good fresh goodies in there to keep you happy and satisfied all day long. Don't forget, this is the only company that lets you choose between 2 choices for each meal every day that you're on a program, too. So get started right away. You'll be seeing results on the scale almost immediately, if not sooner, and you'll be looking like the beast or better, I guarantee you. Has he got a number?
Yeah, he's got a number.
And the number of the beast is 666. That's his weight, I think. Let Balance for Life take care of you today. Call him at 954-568-3229. See, you don't have to cut his hair back because you don't have any. 954-568-3229. Although Clarence said if you check down low. Balanceforlife.com. That's where you'll find him on the World Wide Wicked Web. Get started right away. Balance for Life.
Live and local. This is 560.
The radio's all yours now.
But if you walk in the control room and see Neil Rogers, it appears as though he should have wheels on both sides of his chair, okay? I mean, he's sitting there like crouched down. He's so forceful on the radio, and he's such a little, like, if he doesn't have a bodyguard when he leaves the radio station, good luck to him.
Listen.
Thanks, Sonny.
Limbaugh, to what I say. Want to tell you, lock the doctor up your fat ass. Don't you know that anybody can get nailed by some karma, especially a right-wing Nazi. Oh,
right.
Anybody can get nailed by some karma. It was you who brought the karma on. You may be deaf, but you are always dumb. Yeah, that sucks, but the good news is $250 million will buy a lot of Q-tips. You hate people who are not like you. Overpaid windbag, I got your lotta right here. Don't you know that heavy karma was bound to get you sometime, like all the millions that Clear Channel. Whoa, hey, fat Nazi, baby, next you'll lose your eyesight. I don't care. I hope your balls fall off.
12:20 at 5:60. Pop another one, Rush. Attaboy. Here's somebody faxes me. Maybe Sonny himself faxed this in. Sonny Fox and his whole, not a resume, but damn next thing to it. Ready for that?
The history of Sonny Fox.
The history of Sonny Fox and Crockett Crab. Sonny decided he'd rather be an entertainer than a manager after he, what's this? After 3 years of being program director at WYSP in Philadelphia and doing the morning show from his living room, he decided he'd rather be an entertainer than a manager. He went to Florida for a short vacation. It turned into a 21-year career as one of Miami's top-rated morning men. Sonny Fox. During that time, have you ever noticed how he and Rick Riley both have that same, like, real...
Scruffy beard?
Scruffy beard and nasal sound. Maybe it's the beard. Maybe that's like, it's kind of like a... like that.
Shouldn't talk about Rick's wife that way.
You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. They both have that real wet nasal sound. I don't... Huh? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do. It's just that's a good word.
During that time, he created radio's first syndicated stand-up comedy show, The Comedy Hour, featuring back-to-back routines from the top 10 comics today, like Bill Cosby. Oh, there's another one. Get him on the list. Thank you. Thank you, Sonny. Oh, Bill Cosby. Is he funny?
No.
Or what? Man, oh man. I think it's a racial thing. Bill Cosby. Just like what's her name said. Wanda, didn't she say that?
Yes.
Wanda Sykes, she said it's a racial thing. That turd. Maybe she was talking about Bill Cosby. He's a turd. 30 years after their first meeting,
About 30, man.
Lee Abrams, now head of programming at XM. That's the satellite radio thing that Sonny is scamming now. Asked Sonny if he wanted to get involved with another radio revolution. As a result, Sonny now programs both comedy channels on XM, Laugh USA and XM Comedy. Because he's a writer and entertainer himself, Sonny's attracted the people behind the laughs. He's interviewed every major artist from George Carlin to Mel Brooks and loves sharing those moments with his XM audience. Attaboy, Sonny. Thanks for your resume. By the way, we ain't got no openings. Jerry in Bonita Springs, who's a chronic faxer, but always a good one, says, I don't have a suggestion for today's poll because my choice is already on the list. Not only is Howie Mandel not funny, he's mean and nasty. He shows up on Leno every now and then. He makes my skin crawl. Scott was mistaken again. Nice going, Scott. At least you're consistent. Wanda Sykes is still on Inside the NFL on HB.
Oh!
Also, Jimmy Kimmel was on the Fox pregame football show the last couple of years. He now has his own late-night TV show on ABC at 12:05 a.m. He's also not funny. Well, that's good, Jerry, because they're both on our list. Dennis Miller, 83. You know, I'm looking at this list, and I'm thinking to myself, well, who is funny? And it just dawns on me, we never did that poll.
No, I don't think we did.
We never did that. So let's see, we got the one for tomorrow. Thursday we'll do that. How's that sound?
Okay.
Who's the funniest of them all? We never done that.
Now that you mention it, no.
I mean, our audience likes this better because it's more negative. You can take a shot at somebody, take a good shot, which they love doing that. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's a call from Miami. Hello.
Hello, yeah, I'm glad I lasted this long because my battery was dying.
Sorry.
I just wanted to let you, well, it's
phone
not
or
your
pacemaker?
fault. You have a show to do. No, I wanted to let you know that, of course, they don't have penises or vaginas, the birds. I had a girlfriend once who grew up on a farm. She said that, well, number one, they don't pee because they don't do anything with nitrogen inside their bodies. And number one, the reproductive organ is called a floible.
A foible? That sounds like a Jerry Lewis line to me.
It sounds Yiddish to me, but that's what they're called.
Oi! Wow.
Thank you so much. Who's your new call screener?
What is it?
Who's your new call screener?
No, he's already taken. 5670560. What? He had a wife, you know, an ex-wife.
Yes.
Yeah, Scott Jr. had an ex-wife, so unlike some of the other degenerates we've had around there.
He still has an ex-wife.
Exactly. Oh, look, there's Sari Horowitz. All we can say is...
Oi!
Oh, did you see that Jonathan, not Malvo, what's the other one's name, Mohammed?
Right.
Mohammed Yamama. He pleaded not guilty this morning. I just thought we'd toss that in for you.
It's a setup.
You've got a good sense of humor. Yeah, somebody set those two up. It probably was a racial thing, don't you think?
Right.
They probably stuffed that kid in the trunk. 56705. Happens all the time, man. Here's Miami. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
I saw the front line and I was squeezing it, boy.
Yeah?
It was just excellent. When you get, and the same thing, that Chalabi, Chahubi, or whatever, he's trying to become president now of Iraq.
Yeah.
He's, making all these
He's their crony. He's a crook. He's a convicted felon.
And Neil, when you get that speaker for your computer, look up Frontline, War Behind Closed Doors. You'll squeeze it so hard your head will pop off.
Well, what do you mean? Isn't that the one that was on the other night?
No. That's the one that I was telling you about before this one. About how the two camps were fighting for President Bush's ear.
Right.
And how Colin Powell and even the old President Bush, 41 or whatever his name, whatever they call him now,
Jr., yeah.
was trying to tell the new George Bush not to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And Rumsfeld and Wolfowitz and all his cronies were fighting on the other side saying, yeah, go in. I mean, it's called War Behind Closed Doors. You gotta listen to it, man.
I'll check it out.
Take it easy.
Thanks, Pally.
No problem.
When in doubt, now that Frontline thing.
What are you watching?
Weary residents were calling on the U.S. to either take control or go home.
No, that was a little piece from that Frontline thing the other night from PBS that I played with very minimal response as usual, because these people are busy watching ball games. Ball games. By the way, I watched the Leaf game last night. Should have won the game. They outshot the Caps by a big margin. They played a hell of a lot better than they did on Saturday. Of course, anything would have been better, but wound up with a 2-2 tie, like kissing their sister. Like Ty Domi kissing his ugly sister. 26 past noon at 560. Now, so what do you think? It's just they're going to get off the two snappers so they can go do it again?
No, they're not going to get off.
I think they need to be executed right on live TV. I'd pay to see that. Pay-per-view.
$100.
Pay-per-view. We could probably eliminate this gigantic deficit that the Bush administration has built up. Even as gigantic as it is, all these billions and trillions, we could probably pay it off in one good weekend if they just kept replaying that and sure did pay-per-view. Don't you think?
Absolutely.
I'm buying mine right now. In fact, the $335 that we're going to get for Abandoned Pet Rescue from somebody in there, huh? Don't you think? You got the checks yet?
Yeah, let me check.
What?
26 past noon at 560 WQM. If you, like Scott Jr. there, working practically for free, if you're putting in a lot of hours, a lot of effort, and the end result is basically squat, call our friends at Fast Train and change your life. Call 1-866-FAST-TRAIN, because it's true. They really can have you trained and certified before this year ends in a real computer career, and you can start making some serious cash and change your life. And have a life. The demand for computer professionals is gigantic, so why not do it now? Get you a new high-paying career in the computer field instead of just hanging out in the field. Fast Train offers job placement assistance. How about Tony Fields? Convenient day, evening, and weekend schedules, and with 4 South Florida locations, it just makes sense. There's bound to be a Fast Train near where you live. Fast Train offers you financial assistance for people who qualify, too. So what are you waiting for? Kiss that dead-end job goodbye. Say, give the old salute, the Italian salute to that boss, and get yourself a real job and a big fat paycheck and a life. Call Fast Train today, toll free, 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. It'll really get you on the inside track when you mention Todd Dreck. Check them on the web at fasttrain.com and then call 1-866-FAST-TRAIN.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM. It's time to get it on.
Welcome back to the Mo Howard David Show, where we're chock full of zany but good, clean family fun. You know that pipe-smoking jizz guzzler thinks rape is funny? Is that funny? Planes crashing into buildings is funny too, huh? What? Since when is gang rape funny? Especially when it's me getting my tea bag grabbed. What a jackass.
Hey, how about them hurricanes?
No. Don't go tap dancing when I talk. This is important. They don't know comedy. I'll show them comedy. Today I brought my collection of Lum and Abner tapes.
Who?
Lum and Abner, you moron. They even named the restaurant after Lum.
Oh.
You clueless schmuck. We'll get back to that later. Right now, it's time for our transcendent mid-show snack. Bring the morning mayor his food.
Ooh.
Here they are. My favorite place to dine, Zygote's Boca. Dig in, everybody.
What is it, shrimp?
Looks like a donut. No, it's the veined embryos from Planned Parenthood in the hood. What? It's good. Try it with the cocktail sauce. Hey, Beast, go play that Alice Cooper record.
Dead babies can't take care of themselves.
There's a little atmosphere for you to help it go down the gullet. Hey, baby, I really dig that Alice Cooper. See? I'm with it, and I'm hip. I'm a hipster. If these punks only knew what was good. Here, I got some sense in here to cleanse your palate.
Thanks, Mo.
All right. Well, we got the Meathead Mad Dog coming up at 1, followed by that Fat Joe right after the Queen to Spick. What's that?
It's a plane! It's a plane!
Where?
It's headed right for your ass, Mo! Bend over quick!
12:33 at 560 WQM. So Mo took it up the chute.
Bang.
Oh, you know what I forgot to say today?
Temple is a gyroscope. Oh!
I forgot to mention that. Let me mention it again.
Temple is a gyroscope. Oh!
Here's a good fact from Jimmy, who says, can't believe he didn't put Charles Grodin on the list. I thought he was supposed to be an actor and curmudgeon and talk show host. I didn't realize he was supposed to be a comedian.
Me either.
Is he?
Don't know. I never seen no stand-up or anything like that.
Says he's not funny. I hate him too, Jimmy, you're right, but I don't think he's supposed to be a comedian. Because you're right, he sure ain't funny. He's obnoxious. He makes a lot of our lists, but I don't think this one. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. 2 Rutgers University students critically injured in an off-campus brawl that involved members of a Rutgers fraternity, a social club, and some members of the school's wrestling team. The fight broke out around 3:30 Sunday morning at an off-campus party. Following an argument, officials said 7 people were charged, from 30 to how many?
About 30, man.
So 35 people were on each side of the street fight with some swinging poles or wooden sticks, said Mark Stramford, 21, a Rutgers senior and witness, John P. Morin and Robert Morgan. Both 20 received serious head injuries when they were struck with a baseball bat, authorities said. Morin was listed in critical condition yesterday at Robert Wood Johnson University in New Brunswick. Spokesman John Patella said the hospital released no information about Morgan at the request of his family. How do you like that?
I don't.
The attack happened outside a house where the social club was having a party, and both injured students allegedly belonged to Squam, a social club not recognized by the school. Squam also involved some members of the Sigma Pi fraternity. Semper Pi. Semper Pi. Or as Jimmy signed his fax, Jonathan Rodriguez, 23, who allegedly wielded the bat, no kin to Pudge or George, was speaking of Pudge, I don't want to pick on, because Pudge Rodriguez had a great year for the Marlins, all this other crap. He's a great player, always has been. But I can't stand him. I can't stand his deal and Sammy Sosa, probably the 2 best players on the field, at least offensive players on the series. But I just can't stand it. Again, he hit the home run the other day, and again, the same thing, and he's crossing and pointing to the sky. Oh, it's so old and so stale already, okay? Okay, your mama, get out of it. I just can't stand it. And Scott's going to say, oh, how could you be knocking Pudge Rodriguez? He's having a great series. Well, screw him. Great player, but I just can't deal with that phony baloney crap in the sky. Like in Magnolia, there was too much crap in the sky. 5670560. Good thing those frogs didn't come from Montreal, by the way. Oh. Here's a lady in Miami Gardens. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
How you doing?
Good.
Sound like it. Okay, I haven't called for a while, but you're talking about the priests and stuff.
Yeah.
And I didn't going to call, but I was in Detroit for a while about 6
I'm
weeks.
so sorry.
You're right. It's changed so much. But that's where I grew up. But anyway, nobody said anything about the families, that these good Catholic families that have people that are pedophiles.
Yeah.
And they molest children. Then they go to confession, give forgiveness, and go back out and do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
It just irritates me when I think about it, because it's all
It frosts my ass.
Garbage, right?
I think all the child molesters ought to be put in gigantic dumpsters and hauled off to Lake Michigan.
How do they do it in her church?
I think so, too. One more quick thing.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
live near you, and usually the van doesn't come out that way. If we called up an order, could we pick it up at the front desk?
No.
No?
We can't do that.
No.
Okay, if I order online, what do they charge for postage?
I don't know.
We don't know.
I think it's all part of the $20, but go online and it'll say so.
Yeah, just click on the thing. It'll tell you all the instructions.
Sure, because I think if you let people know in the air, like myself, a lot of them would just go ahead and order it online.
Please do.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And don't go back to Detroit.
Not for a
See ya.
while.
No way. See you at Hazel Park. Where Jack Riggs is still calling the races at Hazel Park 100 years later. Can you believe that? As long as Jack Riggs is still calling the races at Hazel Park, I'll be okay. Ready for that?
No.
I'm just telling you. Here are the races from Philadelphia Park.
Oh,
Let
wow.
us do a race 2, though.
I see.
Oh, no, they're just showing the horses coming out of the paddock. They're just showing the Hossies coming out of the paddock with all that stuff on with the bridles and partridge and pear tree.
And the girdles.
They're wearing a girdle. Pretty damn embarrassing. What is this? Victoria Horn Okie. Is that somebody I'm supposed to know? I never heard of her.
Sounds like some old
Oh,
Okie.
not 2 in one day, and it's not even 1 o'clock yet. Look at this. Another death.
She died?
Victoria Horn Okie, an actress who appeared in dozens of films, including the Jimmy Stewart classic Harvey, died Friday. She was 91. The actress appeared in 46 films, including Abbott and Costello Meet the Killer, Blue Skies, Daisy Kenyon, Forever Amber, and The Ghost of Mrs. Muir. In Harvey, she played Myrtle May Simmons, the niece of Stewart's Elwood P. Dowd character. You think that was kin to Maureen Dowd?
No.
How about Apple Pan Dowdy?
Who?
Okie was born November 1st, 1911 in New York City. She was 91. Oh, that's old enough. That's old enough, Mom, 91. She retired from show business in 1952 to spend time with her husband, comedy star Jack Okie. Oh, I heard of Jack Okie. Didn't you?
No.
Okie Finokie?
She died?
Heard of the Okie from Muskogee?
No, seriously, you heard of Jack Okie.
No. Nokie
He was
dokie.
His career spanning the 20s to the 60s included his Oscar-nominated lampoon of Benito Mussolini in Charlie Chaplin's 1940 film, The Great Dictator. After her husband's death in 78, Victoria Okie established a lecture series in his name at the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts and Sciences, and wrote 4 books about their life together. Among them was Jack Okie's Oak Ridge, about their estate. The honeymoon home of actors Robert Taylor and Barbara Stanwyck, that dyke. She's not a dyke.
Just looks that way.
She was just macho, that's all. Barbara Stanwyck.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't she have a big valley?
That's what Linda Evans said.
20 till 1 at 560 WQAM, 5670-560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Sweetest day is this Saturday. Did you know that?
Nope, I do not.
This Saturday is Sweetest Day. Not Swedish, Sweetest.
What do you
and
do
believe it
on
or not, this is
Sweetest
not a holiday you
Day?
can blow off, okay? Don't blow it off. You need to make your lady feel loved and, I'm going to tell you, Adam, your spelling on a scale of 0, you owe so many points you'll never catch up. This year, to make your lady feel really loved and appreciated, it says make your lady feel loved and appreciated. Do something really different and surprise her with a Vermont teddy bear. She'll get a beautiful bear handmade in the mountains of Vermont, delivered in a colorful gift box with a personal card and chocolate. Just call a friendly bear counselor at Vermont Teddy Bear. Tell them that Adam's an idiot, by the way, when you call 1-800-829-BEAR. They'll help you choose from over 100 bears like the Burning Love Bear, the Heartthrob Bear wearing silk boxers, or the Lover Boy Bear with a heart-shaped love tattoo on his arm. I hate tattoos, by the way. They even have a brand new officially licensed Play Bear Playmate. So instead of sending flowers again, send a Vermont Teddy Bear which you'll love forever. You won't believe the reaction that you'll get. You might even get lucky. Be romantic and send her bear to the orifice. She'll smile all year long. Overnight and Saturday delivery guaranteed too. Don't forget, this Saturday is Sweetest Day. So call 1-800-829-BEAR or shop online at VermontTeddyBear.com. Be sure and tell them that crusty old Neil, underline the old part, told you to call 1-800-829-BEAR.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Plummer, KABC News, with a one-on-one interview with gubernatorial hopeful Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I'm sorry.
Excuse me,
I
Mr.
apologize.
Schwarzenegger. What do you apologize for? I'm not following you.
For everything, Kimberly Plummer, KABC News. I'm sorry to the people of California.
For what? Those bad movies you make?
No. Although, if you don't like them, I'm sorry, Kimberly Plummer, KABC News. I'm sorry for this.
You just touched my boobies!
That was a demonstration, Kimberly Plummer. I'm sorry.
Well, don't do your demonstrations on me, Mr. Schwarzenegger. I am here for a serious interview with you.
I apologize. You're very whiny. Go ahead with your questions.
Well, you're very touchy-feely.
I apologize.
Excuse me, but did you just touch my ass?
That was a demonstration, Kimberly Plummer, KABC News. That's why I want to apologize to the people of California.
And I believe you should.
I'm sorry.
I see you have a problem with women.
I don't have a problem with women. I like to touch them.
Excuse me, but we are not an object.
May I see your anteater?
My what?
Your anteater. May I see it?
I don't think I have an anteater.
You have an anteater. It's right here. That's your anteater.
I can't believe you just put your hand...
I'm sorry, I apologize. Oh, do it again. Yeah, good for you, Kimberly Plummer. You want me now, don't you?
You're a perv.
Let us have your anteater. Ow! I'm sorry. I apologize.
You are disgusting.
I want to be the governor. Here, pull my lever. Vote for me.
Ew. Why is it purple?
I eat grapes. I'm a grape eater. Pull my lever.
1246. How do you like that little blip there at the end? That's even better.
It's on a lot of those, I noticed.
That's okay. At least I got them.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, let's take a look at the poll here. Which so-called comedian do you think is the least funny? And some people have sent us their list of the 80 least. Dennis Miller, 95. Nice going, folks. Dennis Miller blows. We can't stand him. He's a boorish asshole is what he is. A boorish, bush-looking asshole. Tom Arnold, 70. Rosie O'Donnell is tied with Carrot Top. Ever see them together?
Yeah.
Same person. 37. Whoopi Goldberg, 36. Martin Lawrence has got...
About 30, man.
Bob Saget. Rhymes with maggot. 29. Wanda Sykes, 16. That turd burger. Ben Stein, 15. Jerry Seinfeld, 12. And Jerry Lewis, 10. Howie Mandel's got 9. He ought to be doing better than that. He ought to be doing a lot more than just...
9.
Oh, boy. Howie freaking Mandel. Just like that fact said, he makes my skin crawl. What is supposed to be funny about him? Just because he's stupid?
A long time ago, he put a rubber glove on his head and blew it up with his nose.
Oh, is that what it was?
Oh, yeah, it killed him.
Gee, too bad it didn't work, though. Didn't finish the job. 5, 6, 7. Let's take a couple of calls because we got all those fat stories to talk about. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Hey, good. Listen, I went under City TV because I was so interested on what they have up there. Everything's American.
What?
On City TV?
Yeah.
Yeah. How come? I mean, if it's Canada, why don't they have Canadian stuff
On what?
on City TV?
Like what? Well, what are you talking about? The programming?
Yeah, City TV is Canadian. All they're showing is The Bachelor and this and that.
Right, exactly, because they only had the CRTC only makes them show a certain percentage of Canadian programming, 40 or 50%, because Canada doesn't produce all those TV shows. You know that. In addition to which, if you're so enamored with all those shows, go watch them on American TV, asshole. 5, 6, it's just amazing the gratuitous shots. If you don't like Canada, don't come here, eh? We don't need you. We're doing just fine. If you don't like Toronto, don't ever darken our door. If you don't like hockey, don't go to a hockey game. If you don't like cheeseburger, don't eat cheeseburgers. If you don't like Vegas, don't go there and have a good time. It's very simple. It's like I'm in some kind of a contest. Like I'm trying to convert the world. Forget about it, okay? Especially now the Canadian dollar is worth almost 76 cents U.S. and it's starting to really frost my ass because it used to be a hell of a good bargain here last summer when it was only 62 putrid cent. And now it's 76 and the American dollar is like... And the euro is like $1.16. It was up to $1.18 the other day. What kind of crap is that? What kind of a communist bunch of crap is that? So in other words, when you go to Europe, you have to pay through your nose. Like Rush would say, you have to take it up the nose. So you're thinking that he was just chewing them, right?
I really don't know.
We don't know. I mean, why should we speculate? Because it's fun.
I'm sure he's too upstanding to resort to anything like that, so he probably was just eating them by the handful.
Oh, yeah, 30,000, man. How many?
About 30, man.
You gotta be popping them, you're right, by the handful, like M&M's.
Right.
Right?
Bags of them.
He was eating M&M's.
My anus.
Okay, just calm down. Rush and M&M, I can see that, Quinnell. That's a good pairing. 5670560, pound 560. Now, did that check come in this hour? I'm positive. My psychic vibes are telling me. What?
Air check?
No, the bank check, bank draft, the cash, the green, the pink 20, something. 300, the cabbage. Where's our cabbage, okay?
Wanda's got it.
Yeah, Wanda's got the cabbage. 631,665. 335 would make my day. Get us right to 32 grand plus whatever's coming down the internet. Is Miguel hanging out today or what? Is he hanging out with Doreen?
Tuesday's his day off, I believe.
Oh, well. And what about Saturday and Sunday?
He works those days. Typically.
Oh, that's right. With all the sports crap. I forgot about that. That's the problem, man. That's why we'll never, ever, ever get what we deserve on this station, although I will take the paychecks, thank you. But we'll never get the assistance,
support?
the assistance for the support. Oh, support. Forget about
that.
that.
For his volunteer work, we wouldn't have any.
Because we're not a sports show, and if Miguel wasn't a
mensch,
reasonably decent mensch, we wouldn't get anything. We wouldn't get squat. So remind me to tell Duff off tomorrow morning when he comes in for his oh gee, my back's not too bad and I'm feeling pretty good, and did you see me with a hat? Duff is so into himself, it's unbelievable. Which I guess somebody's gotta be. Here's a call from Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
I can't believe no one has brought up, or maybe they have, I just turned it on, Al Franken. To me, that guy has no, first he started on Saturday Night Live, he had one funny little bit.
Yeah.
But then he failed as a comic, and now he's trying to be another Rush Limbaugh.
Well, I think he's hysterical, but to make you happy, he's trying to be another Rush Limbaugh? Is he doing all his drugs? I know he had a coke problem.
He's gaining weight.
He's trying to get a radio show. He wants to start a liberal radio show.
Well, good. I hope he does. I hope it starts tomorrow. Al Franken, we'll put him on there to make you happy. There's another guy who's obviously in mourning. Mm-hmm. Some of the Rushies, they finally got up off the floor. Remember I told you this, and you didn't believe me those first few days after I read the first story from the Inquirer? And they were crumbling. It was like they were emotionally so distraught that they were like falling apart at the seams.
You bring up a point, though. Now that Rush isn't on, they'll all be over here bugging us because they don't have their boy to listen to.
Okay, that's fine. We certainly welcome them with open arms and legs. But, of course, the only question is, since they're good, most of them are very good, holier than thou, better than us, believing Christians and honest and true and respectable, like Rush himself.
Right.
If they do happen to have those diaries, do you think they're going to put us down?
No.
They're part of the closet audience.
No, they'll keep writing Rush.
Even as well as the show has done over the years, can you imagine with the number? In fact, remember the poll I took the last one about which one was it? What was the name of it? About whose work they hate and they also think is an asshole. And I got a bunch of votes on there. So now, do you think that those people are going to put it down if they get a diary?
No.
Of course not.
They'll lie like Christians do.
Right, like good Christians, they'll lie to support the Rush or whoever else might, Romy, anybody else who might be on. Life. That's why you get all those diaries. Oh, well, males 18 to 34, they're all listening to Life. Right. My ass. They wouldn't know where to find, especially in South Florida, they wouldn't know where to find a Life with both hands. Oh, look at that. Look what I did. Well, you can't see it, but you'd be mighty impressed.
Hold it up.
See it? Oh, wow. But you can't hear it. One more time, Rush. That's enough. Speaking of him, report fat Americans are getting even fatter. Yeah, we just had two in a row, as a matter of fact. We had the Al Franken one, and then we had, was this the same guy? Same one. And the one before them. Same old tired crap. Oh, gee, poor Rush. Well, so take it out on us. We don't care. I'm getting paid a lot of money. George is, he's scraping by.
You.
And Scott, he's still waiting. Well, I mean, it takes a while, okay? Respect and, compensation. These things don't come easy at Beasley.
Sugar apple panda.
That's right. You better start sucking a little ass around that place, okay? And I'll send you facts, tell you which asses you better stick your tongue on right away.
There's a map.
I think I have the idea now.
Better get the road map, and Clarence better be the first one, okay? You better stick your tongue all the way up to his uvula, through the intestines.
Work for the beast.
From the behind.
Rectum.
Well, I don't think that it was the tongue. In the beast case.
Oh. Was that foible?
I just farted so bad that there were little children crying all the way in Buffalo right now. Supreme Court clears way for medical pot. Oh, this is the best news. Is there more to this story? Fax me the other page from the New York Post, please.
Coming right up.
Just in. How come we haven't seen this on CNN yet? Those bastards.
I don't know.
Too busy with Wolf Blitzkrieg doing his goose stepping. The Supreme Court, the U.S. Supreme Court cleared the way today for state laws allowing ill patients to smoke marijuana if a doctor recommends it. How do you like that? We're talking about doctor recommended, not just some pill popper. Huh? I beg your pardon?
Not just Wanda. Recommended.
Are you faxing me the other page?
Yes.
One of three, it said. Justices turned down the Bush administration's request to consider whether the federal government can punish doctors for recommending or perhaps just talking about the this is unbelievable.
I only got the 2 pages, though.
That's okay. Justices turned down the Bush administration's request to consider whether the federal government can punish doctors for recommending or perhaps just talking about the benefits of the drug to sick patients. An appeals court said the government can't. 9 states have laws legalizing marijuana for people with physician recommendations or prescriptions. Alaska, Arizona, California, Colorado, Hawaii, Maine, Nevada, Oregon, and Washington, and of course conspicuously absent is Florida, and 35 states have passed legislation recognizing marijuana's medicinal value. But federal law bans the use of pot under any circumstances, which they keep going out there to California and busting all them people who are just obeying the state law. The case gave the court an opportunity to review its second medical marijuana case in 2 years. The last one involved cannabis clubs. This one presented a more difficult issue, pitting free speech rights of doctors against government power to keep physicians from encouraging illegal drug use. A ruling for the Bush administration would have made the state medical marijuana laws unusable. But the good news is, did it happen?
No.
No. So there you go. 12:57 at 560 QAM.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Charles Bronson, you son of a bitch. Well, my wish was granted, but I'm sure gonna miss listening to the Neil Rogers Fair and Balanced 1 or 2 hour. You son of a bitch.
I know that guys get lots of joy when every month they get their copy of Playboy. I put pins in my eyes so my vision was gone. Well, my girls should keep their clothes on. Well, my girls should keep their clothes on. They probably have a real hairy back. And look at those boobs. Talk about a discounted rack. You can't tell if they're a Jean or a John. Well, my girls should keep their clothes on. Well, my girls should keep their clothes. They all have fat fun. When the working day is done, oh God, don't be a moron. Well, my girls should keep their clothes on.
Walmart sucks. See, Dustin Hoffman, he misread the line. It was supposed to be Walmart sucks.
Right.
102 at 560 WQM. Happy Tuesday to you. We got the Mad Dog coming up at 2, Humper at 4. We got the ball game tonight, baby. Marlins at the Cubs. It's a must-win for the Marlins. And the Cubbies, well, to them. I'm not going to jump on a Cub bandwagon at this point just because I used to be a Cub fan. Once Harry was dead, that was the end of that. You know what?
Yep.
Who the hell needs the freaking Cubs and all their whining and carrying on, all that stuff?
Hey, Neil, fuck you.
Anyway, getting back to the Supreme Court clearing the way for medical pot story. Oh! Some California doctors and patients in filings at the Supreme Court compared doctor information on pot to physicians' advice on red wine to reduce the risk of heart disease, vitamin C, acupuncture, or chicken soup. How do you like that? In fact, a lot of people thought that was like herbs. Well, it was an herb.
An herbal remedy.
On top of the chicken soup. The administration argued that public health, not the First Amendment free speech rights of doctors or patients, was at stake. Oh, Ted Olson, the Solicitor General, who's a real major asshole, even if his wife did get killed in that plane. He's a major, major right-wing asshole. A Nazi, I would say.
Yes.
Ted Olson said in court papers, the provision of medical advice, whether it be that the patient take aspirin or vitamin C, lose or gain weight, exercise or rest, smoke or refrain from smoking marijuana, is not pure speech. It's the conduct of the practice of medicine. As such, it's subject to reasonable regulation, he said. Well, I don't think so. In states with medical marijuana laws, doctors can give written or oral recommendations on marijuana to patients with cancer, HIV, and other serious illnesses. And if the doctor can't get it for you, Rush can. Even some supporters of laws that expected the Supreme Court to step into the case. They said the court's refusal to intervene, although it does not address the merits of the case, could encourage other states to consider passing medical marijuana laws. It finally definitively put to rest these federal threats against doctors and patients, said Graham Boyd, an ACLU attorney representing patients, doctors, and other groups in the case. Anyway, also the Supreme Court accepts Pledge of Allegiance case today. The U.S. Supreme Court agreed today to hear a case involving whether school children can be allowed to recite the Pledge of Allegiance voluntarily, putting a family's custody dispute at the forefront of a constitutional legal battle. I think if they say one nation under, I think that's okay. They're going to ask me? I hope they do. I'm waiting for the call. At issue is whether the Pledge of Allegiance should be banned from public schools for its use of the words under God. Constitutional scholars have debated for years whether the pledge serves as both a patriotic oath and a form of public prayer. Court arguments in this case will be heard next year with a ruling expected by June. Too bad we can't put the pieces of Madeline O'Hare back together just long enough to handle this one now,
I'll
right?
stitch her up.
Stitch that bitch.
We'll get Frankenstein,
Stitch the fat bitch.
Doc Frank on the case.
The Roman Catholic Church. Oh, she was a panic, man. I had her on my show. How many times?
About 30, man.
30 times. She was something else. She was a real ball buster, man. She didn't take no crap from anybody until right at the end there. right near the ass end. Here's the way the poll is going so far. Which so-called comedian do you think is the least funny? A real piece of turd. Dennis Miller's got an even 100 votes. Oh! Nice going, Dennis. You suck. Tom Arnold, 71. Whoopi Goldberg, 40. Carrot Top, 38. Rosie O'Donnell, 38. Martin Lawrence and Bob Saget each have 31. And after the Saget, that's double digits. 18 for Wanda Sykes, 17 for Ben Stein, and on it goes. How many for Chris Rock? Just out of curiosity. Oh, Al Franken's got 3. That's the Rush crowd.
6 for Chris.
Chris Rock has got 6. Oh my God. Jackie Mason's got 5. So let me tell you about Jackie Mason at the Eden Rock Hotel 100 years ago on Miami Beach. He was doing the same thing back then. You know, he's one of those people who's always, it was like my grandmother. They were always old. They were born
right.
old. You know what I mean?
Sure.
When he was 20, he was the same as he is now. Now he's about 100. Probably when he was
about 30, man.
No difference. Speaking of difference, man, here's the big, I'll get to the fat story after we take a couple of calls, right? Try to drop a few of these in. Because I'm waiting for somebody I haven't heard from yet today. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Neil, got 3 names for you.
Okay.
Pretty much you can take anybody that's had an HBO special in the last 5 years, put them at the top of that list. So Ellen DeGeneres, Sinbad, and Richard Lewis. Categorically unfunny.
Who was the second one?
Ellen DeGeneres, Sinbad.
Oh, Sinbad. I think he's on there.
Oh, all 3 of them just
And Richard Lewis.
Yes.
You got it, man.
All right, later.
Thanks. Richard Lewis, let's get him on there, okay?
Yes.
Can we have more than one Lewis on the list?
Yes.
Okay, got Jerry Lewis, Richard Lewis. We got Robert Louis Stevenson. We got this Corn Churros special, ain't it, Lewis?
Yep.
I want to tell you right now, I'm going to make a list of movies if you've never seen them that you're just you're not alive.
You got a deal for the mouth.
Yeah. If you haven't seen Deliverance or The Godfathers, all 3 parts, then you're just in network, right?
Right.
And Cuckoo's Nest
and Requiem.
I want to get back and Requiem for a Dream. I want to get back to the movie thing after vacation. I'm going to do like months and months and months of movie stuff.
Excellent.
Oh no, Neil. Yeah, I'm just movie intensive. But since we stopped talking about it, I haven't been watching any. I've got a whole bunch of DVDs in there in my BVDs, and I haven't been watching them because it just, I don't know.
Well, see Fargo already, will you?
I don't have it.
Damn it.
I don't have it.
You got Snatch, though.
I have Snatch. And you're jealous. Report, fat Americans are getting even fatter. And just before I said that, I just, like, self-consciously reached down, because I'm sitting here in my underwear, and I reached down and, like, I pinched several inches.
Of what?
Oh, of big flab, man, of blubber.
Oh, that's right, you said several inches.
I don't have several inches, so it should have been obvious I wasn't talking about that. I pinched several inches, man, a big gut. And a report on CNN.com says fat Americans getting even fatter. Extreme obesity is ballooning in U.S. adults. And we keep talking about it. You know what it's like?
What?
It's just like that Geraldo show I keep telling you about, which I don't think you saw, the one with the 800-pound guy or 600 pounds.
Oh, they've all done that.
Yeah, but the whole family was enormous fat,
Sure.
and they kept bringing all this takeout. I guess they were too embarrassed to have it delivered because they didn't want anybody seeing all the boxes, the empty boxes and chicken bones around the house. But they keep bringing all this tons and tons of food, like 5 and 6 pizzas and 400 chicken wings, and they'd all sit around there crying while they were eating.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Sure.
That's it. So we keep talking about it, and oh, what are we going to do? And it was just fatter and fatter and fatter. Americans aren't just getting fatter, they're ballooning to extremely obese proportions at an alarming rate, it says here. The number of extremely obese American adults, those who are at least 100 pounds overweight, has quadrupled since the 1980s to about 4 million. That works out to about 1 every 50 adults. I bet you I know somebody who give people some good advice on how to lose some of that weight. You know who it is?
No. Wow. Sarah could give you some tips, too.
It worked for him. It worked like a charm for him. And for Sarah. I wonder how Sarah's doing. Let's go visit Sarah over the weekend. What do you say? And Miguel didn't like that movie. You know, Miguel, I don't care. See, you defend him because he's one of your people. I don't care what you're saying. He does look good. No, seriously, he just is a fool. You know, he's a good guy, but he's just a fool. His taste is in his tush.
I don't disagree with that.
That's what Doreen told me.
He's got a tasty.
The number of extremely obese, well, about 1 in every 50 adults. Extreme obesity once was thought to be a rare, distinct condition whose prevalence remained relatively steady over time. The new study contradicts that thinking and suggests that it is at least partly due to the same kinds of behavior, overeating and underactivity, that have contributed to the epidemic number of Americans with less severe weight problems. In fact, the findings by a RAND Corporation researcher shows that the number of extremely obese adults has surged twice as fast as the number of less severely obese adults. On the scale of obesity, as the whole population shifts to the right, the extreme categories grow the fastest, said RAND economist Roland Sturm. He added, these people have the highest healthcare costs. Sturm said health problems associated with obesity, including diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure, and arthritis probably affect the extremely obese disproportionately and at young ages, too. Big, fat tubs. And it goes on about body mass index, and Americans tend to understate their weight. A recent study based on actual measurements found an obesity rate of nearly 1 in 3, or almost 59 million people. Sturm said his findings probably understate the problem for the same reason. Wow. The average man with a BMI of 40 in Sturm's study was 5'10" and 300 pounds, while the average woman was 5'4" and 250. Huge, gigantic, blubbery pounds. Man. But I got good news for you, though, in the next piece we got here.
I hate good news.
No, you don't. Dr. Bob would be proud. How's he doing, Dr. Bob, huh? Let's piece him back together again. What a shame. He was a good guy. He had a personality like a dead man, and I guess now...
He wasn't a good guy. He had a good diet.
No, he was a good guy. No, you're right. He was
an asshole.
Are you picking on the dead people again?
Sure. I got a stick, and I'm picking.
Before you're picking on poor John Ritter, and now Dr. Bob.
He died?
Yeah. Why do you say he was an asshole?
He was an asshole.
Based on what?
Based on that appearance that we were doing and all those stories that you refused to listen to. You put your fingers in your ears. You don't want to hear about all the
stories
things that
about what?
About how he demanded a microphone and he wanted to do interviews with all the people and he wanted this time and he wanted the PA system.
Well, that means he was a pompous ass and an egotist. That didn't make him necessarily an asshole.
Self-absorbed. He had this good diet.
Self-absorbed,
went
pompous,
to his head.
Piece of crap.
Yeah.
He's an asshole.
Yeah.
Dead asshole.
Well, let me ask you, I was just going to say, does it really make a difference at this point? I don't think so.
No.
Because once a dead asshole, always a dead asshole. That's what
I'm going
to
go into ketosis and I'm going to pee purple on his grave.
12 minutes after 1 at 560 WQM. If you need a mattress, I'm going to tell you, whoever makes out the log these days, and I sure hope it's not the water Nazi, because she's already got enough problems of credibility with me. Whoever's making out this log needs to be drawn and quartered right out there in the corner of 441 Iversbury Road. I'm telling you. It's criminal. There are people on death row for lesser criminals than the people who are making up these logs. Our sales department, the traffic, these people, man, all of these things. Anyway, if your mattress is old and lumpy and bumpy, if it's a piece of crap, don't harm your back and your health by sleeping on it no mo. Pick up the phone and call our friends at Dollar Mattress because they've got discount prices on all the top brands you know and love and want. Sealy, Serta, Tempur-Pedic, Simmons, King Coral, Stearns, and Foster. Call them today, 1-800-MATTRESS, 1-800-MATTRESS. When you call Dollar Mattress, there's no nonsense, no bait and switch, no house brands, no phony promises, and best of all, the best service in the world. When you call Dollar Mattress, 1-800-MATTRESS, that's all you have to do is make that one easy call. You'll talk to people that know bedding inside and out. You pick the day and time for delivery, any 2-hour window, 7 days a week from 8 a.m. till 10 p.m., and they'll be there. They'll show up, and you'll be a happy camper like I've been sleeping on a Dollar Mattress for many, many years, a coon's age. With low prices, same-day delivery, free setup and removal, it's easy to see why Dollar Mattress is ranked the best in the world in customer satisfaction. So please do yourself a gigantic favor. Don't get conned or sucked in by those mattress showrooms or furniture stores' phony sales. They can't match what you get every day from Dollar Mattress. Call them right now. They'll be knocking on your door and whenever you want, damn soon. Call 1-800-MATTRESS, 1-800-MATTRES, or check them out online at mattress.com.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
If you like to eat a lot, oh yeah. If you like to eat a lot, oh yeah. Then you gotta like Neil a lot. Gotta like Neil a lot. Gotta like Neil a lot. We like to eat a lot. We like to eat a lot. We like to eat a lot. We like to burp a lot. We sure burp a lot. If you like to burp a lot, we like Neil a lot. Then you like Neil a lot. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh Neil. We like to eat a lot. We like Neil a lot. We like to eat a lot. We like to eat a lot. We like to burp a lot. We like to burp a lot. We like to burp a lot. Oh, let's burp a lot. And we never do.
You ain't the only.
117 at 560 WQM. Here's the good news. Research surprise, low-carb dieters eat more calories and still lose weight.
Oh!
You ready for that?
Why is that good for me? I love my carbs.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about us fat people, okay? Don't be so insensitive that you don't care about anybody else just because you're like Mr. Perfect, okay? And not fat and disgusting. Just the disgusting part. Fort Lauderdale. The dietary establishment has long argued it's impossible, and I have a lot of friends, people I know, always say, oh no, it's all the calories, all this other stuff is a bunch of baloney, it's all calories. But a new study offers intriguing evidence for the idea that people on low-carb diets can actually eat more than those on standard low-fat plans and still lose weight. There you go. Hey, Dr. Bob, wake up a minute, will you? This is good news. Even though you may be an asshole. Perhaps no idea is more controversial in the diet world than the contention long espoused by the late Dr. Robert Atkins, see there it is, Dr. Bob, that people on low-carbohydrate diets can consume more calories without paying a price on the scales. Over the past year, several small studies have shown to many experts' surprise, to their shock,
Oh my God.
that the Atkins approach actually does work better, at least in the short run. Dieters lose more than those on standard American Heart Association plan without driving up their cholesterol levels as many feared would happen. How many years ago did I tell you that didn't happen?
About 30, man.
Yeah. That your cholesterol levels actually drop and your triglyceride levels drop to like phenomenal, like 66, 77, a Sunset Strip. They're great. Skeptics contend, however, that these dieters simply must be eating less. I'm going to go on a strict Atkins right now. In fact, I've been on it all day, like Sarah said. Like Sarah said. Of course, it's only 119. Well, no, all I've been drinking is my caffeine-free diet soda. No caffeine, by the way. Forget the caffeine. It says, skeptics contend that these dieters simply must be eating less. Maybe the low-carb diets are more satisfying so they don't get hungry. Or perhaps the food choices are just so limited, low-carb dieters are too bored to eat a lot.
Sure.
Now, a small but carefully controlled study offers a strong hint that maybe Dr. Atkins was right.
All right.
People on a low-carb, high-fat diet actually can eat more. They can eat mo. The study, directed by Penelope Green of the Harvard School of Public Health. I love that name, Penelope.
Me too.
But I rarely see it in print, though. It's just
the
so
hots for a girl named Penelope.
Penelope Green of Harvard School of Public Health, and presented a meeting here this week of the American Association for the Study of Obesity, found that people eating an extra 300 calories a day on a very low-carb regimen lost just as much during a 12-week study as those on a standard low-fat diet. An extra 300 calories. Which is what, like a Big Mac? Over the course of the study, they consumed an extra 25,000 calories, which should have added up to about 3 kilograms or 7 pounds, but for some reason it did not. There does indeed to be something about a low-carb diet that says you can eat more calories and lose a similar amount of weight, Green said. That strikes at one of the most revered beliefs in nutrition. I've told you for 100 years that American doctors know nothing about nutrition. As soon as somebody tells you they're a registered dietitian, run for the hills, man. Run for the nearest deli and see if you can find Wes Clark. One of the most revered beliefs in nutrition that a calorie is a calorie is a calorie. Doesn't matter whether they come from bacon or mashed potatoes. They all go in a waistline in just the same way. Well, guess what? Now, not even Green says this settles the case, but some at the meeting found her report fascinating. A lot of our assumptions about a calorie is a calorie are being challenged, says Marlene Schwartz of Yale.
Oi!
As scientists, we need to be open-minded. Others, though, found the data hard to swallow. Is that a little like play on words?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense, does it? Said Barbara Rolls of Penn State.
Rolls.
It violates the law of thermodynamics. No one's ever as in jelly roll. It violates the law of thermodynamics. No one's ever found any miraculous metabolic effects. In the study, ready now? You hanging on?
I'm hanging.
21 overweight volunteers were divided into 3 categories. 2 groups also randomly assigned either low-fat or low-carb diets with 1,500 calories for women, 1,800 for men. Third group was also low-carb, got an extra 300 calories a day. The study was unique because all the food was prepared at an upscale Italian restaurant in Cambridge, Massachusetts, so researchers knew exactly what they ate. Oh, I'd like that. I'd like that. They got the best veal in the city is what I'm hearing. Most earlier studies simply sent people home with diet plans to follow as best they could. Each afternoon, the volunteers picked up that evening's dinner, a bedtime snack, and the next day's breakfast and lunch. Instead of lots of red meat and saturated fat, which many find disturbing about low-carb diets, these people ate mostly fish, chicken, salads, vegetables, unsaturated oils. This is not what people think about when they think of an Atkins diet, Green said. Nevertheless, the Atkins organization agreed to pay for the research, though it had no input in the study's design, conduct, or analyzation. Everyone's food looked similar, but was cooked in different recipes. The low-carb meals were 5% carbohydrate, 15% protein, and 65% fat. Holy tamale.
Jiminy.
The rest got 55% carbs, 15% protein, and 30% fat. Now here comes the payoff. In the end, everyone lost weight. Those on the lower-cal, low-carb regimen took off 23 pounds, while people who got the same calories on the low-fat approach lost 17 pounds. The big surprise, though, was that the volunteers who got the extra 300 calories a day of low-carb food lost 20 pounds. How do you like that? Green said she can only guess why the people getting the extra calories did so well. Maybe they burned up more calories digesting their food. Now, you see, there is something to be said about that.
Sure.
About that business about burning up calories, digesting the food
more
because
calories
it makes
to
your,
digest fat. It takes more calories to digest fat.
Yeah, all them little rodents, all them gerbils and stuff are like racing around inside your body to have to digest it all. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T fat line. We're fat, man. We're fat. We're all dying. We're choking on fat. 187, by the way. It's a little bit, was 186. It's not
I
too
gotta write
bad.
that down. I'm keeping a chart.
Are you? I'm going on Atkins right now.
Well,
Strict.
you're 186.7 on September 9th.
Okay, so 187 isn't exactly where I mean, you could pee that out in the next 10 minutes. I could do that.
I'll be right back.
No, I just did take a big leak just before the break.
Well, go weigh yourself.
Should I go hop on the scale? No, because I've been drinking my diet soda here all morning. That's not fair. You do it first thing in the morning, man. After you get you eliminate all that stuff. You take a good healthy leak, you take a good healthy dump, and then you hop on the scale and say, oh man, I'm still pretty fat.
Don't take a drink of water. Don't take a deep breath.
Right, exactly. That's right. Don't inhale too much oxygen. That stuff will kill you. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's Hialeah. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Neil, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing great.
How's George doing?
George is doing sensational for what he is.
Neil, I got a name for the pool, and I also got a comment.
Yes.
How about Gallagher? The guy that smashes watermelons and stuff like that.
Okay.
He's terrible, man.
He's pathetic.
And I also got the comment, what's going on with the world, man? I got Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's a California governor now. I got Limbaugh?
Drug Limbaugh.
Drug Limbaugh. And he got a little big problem.
Little pill problem. Right.
And I see Rick Sanchez. He has a talk show host.
Yeah.
For Channel 6. What is going on, man?
You're right. I think the last one that was like the last nail in the coffin. That told us we're going to hell in a hand casket.
And the thing about Limbaugh, he admits that he's doing that stuff, but he doesn't admit what he's doing wrong. You know, he never says that.
No, it's because he had the problem with his back. That's the excuse. That's the lame excuse. He had a lot of back pain, even though he was playing golf 5 times a week.
Bastard, man.
Exactly. Well said, man. Have a great day.
All right, take it easy.
Well, let's rip into Al Franken, shall we? See, that's what amuses me is the sycophants, the ditto heads, the rush lickers. Those are the people who now they'll try to turn the tables and, we're going to pick on this one. Well, what's that got to do with him?
Right.
He's the one that's holier than the rest of us. That's the problem, man. We found a chigger in a woodpile. That's what Wilma said. A lot of chiggers in that woodpile in Rush's house up there in Palm Beach in his $80 billion house. Oh, I'm just so compelled. I know I'm not going to do it because it would be bad radio, and I don't want to disappoint that guy that keeps calling asking when we're going to start doing good radio. I got it marked on the calendar, 2006. But here it is again. I just love it. His housekeeper, Wilma, says the talk show host pressured one man into handing over pills prescribed for his wife after she'd had a miscarriage and scored painkillers from a stenographer with a broken leg. He was shameless. If he knew anyone who was suffering pain, he would try to persuade them to share their pills. And probably didn't even turn over any cabbage, too, while he was at it.
Huh.
You like cabbage?
Slaw. Raw.
Oh.
Salad.
Stuffed cabbage, man. Stuffed cabbage.
Cooked cabbage stinks.
Don't like stuffed cabbage?
Makes you fart.
Yeah.
Stinks the
You don't
house
like
up.
stuffed cabbage?
I don't like cooked cabbage.
Oh, man. I bet you Wes Clark had some great stuffed cabbage at the Rascal House today.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560.
From KU Blankets.
UAM.
Ward, not his pedophile.
Don't come around here telling me that you're sorry. Your excuses say just for me. Cause what you did to me that night just floored me. Yes, that fateful night when you were feeling gassy. Your ill wind, it went past me. No, you didn't have to blast me. Yes, you could have held it back, held back. But it's manners, you laughed like that. You lifted those cheeks on my sofa seat, made a sound that was power packed. Now when your tenor trumpet blew, held my breath till I turned blue. What else could I do? You took aim, and you should be ashamed, and you did it on our first date. You let one go, then you giggled so. Just because you let one go, you let one go. Felt like I was in the rack, another year gas attack. Let one go, talking about a major blow from that Taco Bell just up the road. Better think twice before you explode. Hold it back before you let one go, let one go.
So who's got the cabbage? 132 at 560 WQAM. How many votes we got on this thing today? Not too bad. 559. Not like yesterday when we just about broke all records with that Rush pool that sent everybody rushing to their pewter.
Hey, let's do that again.
Yeah, we should have left it on there for 6 months. We should have left it on there at least 5 weeks until he allegedly came back. Do you think he's going to be back in 5 weeks? No. Which so-called comedian do you think is the least funny? Dennis Miller, 106. He's pulling away. 106. Tom Arnold, 76. See how many votes he's ahead already?
About 30, man.
Not even close, no mo. Whoopi Goldberg, 46. Carrot Top, 45. Rosie, 42. Bob Saget, 36. A real wimp. Martin Lawrence, 33. Wanda Sykes, 20. Ben Stein, 19. Seinfeld, 15. But he's so Jewish. Jerry Lewis, 12. Who's almost as Jewish. Robin Williams, 11. Ray Romano, 10. Jay Leno has got 9. Howie Mandel's only got 9. Ellen DeGenerate, 7. Chris Rock, 7. Jay Moore, 6. I have no idea. I know Chris Moore. He ain't funny either. Tim Allen, 6. Jackie. And what is it with those shows? How Home Improvement and Tool this and Tool that. What is that?
Sitcoms?
What a stupid-ass concept, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, those stupid Home Improvement sitcoms. What is that?
A sitcom.
You left the letter out.
Yes, I did.
Tim Allen, 6. Jackie Mason, 6. Jackie Mason's got 6. Sinbad, 6. Chris Tucker's got 6. Bill Maher's got 5. That's because our audience probably likes Bill Maher, which I'll never forgive them for. Al Franken, 4. Pee Wee Herman, 4. Jackie the Joke Man Martling, 4. Tony Fields, 3. Colin Quinn, 3. Jimmy Kimmel, 2. I do like saying that, though. In fact, even Fat Boy will come up there and tell you about those good roast beef sandwiches on Kimmelwick in Buffalo. You ever had that?
No.
Seriously, never heard of that?
No.
Don't you remember the day the guy called? I was talking about Neba's roast beef.
Yeah.
And a guy called from Buffalo who started that chain.
Yeah,
Neba's
I put it out of my head.
Oh. Anyway, Kimmelwick. Norm MacDonald's got one, a small one. John Larroquette, Bill Cosby, David Letterman, one apiece. And none. Oh, he actually put Senior Wentz's on there. Shame on you,
I had already
Eric.
done that when you said don't do it.
Oh. Shecky Green. Well, why did we put them on there? Nobody knows who that is.
You said whatever they suggest.
Oh, that's the real Shecky Green they're going to think. Johnny Carson has none. 0. Janine Garofalo's got none. Dudley Moore have none. And Rich Lewis has none. And who we leave out? And Gallagher we got to put on it. Here's a lady in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Has anyone mentioned Roseanne?
Roseanne Barr.
Right.
Now you have.
Okay, thank you.
And have a nice day. Chronic, but she's nice, right? Chronic. Hello.
Oh.
Roseanne Barr. Get Roseanne Barr on there, please. Oh, by the way, speaking of somebody that we can't stand, since that's very big in South Florida.
Yes.
Illusionist David Blaine.
Yeah.
One of your very favorites.
Yeah.
tells CNN he is unlikely to do anything like this again. He's been suspended in a glass box in London since September 5. The American illusionist spoke to CNN's Robin Kurnow Monday via audio link from his box on the banks of the River Thames. Brad Pitt stopped by and took one look and said, "What's in the box?" This whole thing has been so much more difficult than anything else I've ever done. I don't think I can ever do anything like this again. Does anybody care?
No.
Does anybody want to ever see him again?
No.
Wayne has had hamburgers, bacon sandwiches, eggs, golf balls, even paint bombs thrown at him. A man was arrested on September 16 for trying to sabotage his water supply. Oh, what a shame they got him.
Damn it.
Others have tried to keep him awake by beating drums nearby. Barbecues have been lit to torment him, and some have bared breasts and buttocks at him.
Rectum.
Oh, those silly Brits, man, showed him their tips. Chris says, the least funny comedian of the world is Eddie Izzard. Is he?
Never heard of him.
He's a British transvestite, dresses in drag on stage. You can't understand a word he says. In short, he's a piece of crap. A sample joke, when Neil Armstrong landed on the moon, he should have said, "Oh, it's all sticky, it's covered in jam." Ho ho. Despite this, he's considered by 20-somethings to be a god, not in Britain, here in the US of A. I weep for the future. Mo Howard David is funnier. Oh, that says it all.
Absolutely.
Wow. If Mo Howard David is funnier than Eddie Izzard. You never heard of him?
No.
I have.
And?
He's not funny.
You know what else that reminds me of? The Dave Matthews Band.
Yeah.
Comedians?
What about them?
No, I'm not talking about comedians. I'm just talking about the 20-somethings. It's like, it's a state of mind again.
Sure. Hate them.
Right. Oh, but that makes you unhip
I
and
know.
uncool.
Yeah,
to which we
right.
say,
Oh,
yeah,
right.
we're old and unhip and uncool. We're very proud of it, by the way.
No, it has nothing to do with that. They just suck.
Right. But the Dave Matthews Band is like a state of mind. It's like the Rascal House and the Forge and Joe Stone Crabs and all these things. Wes Clark, I bet you'll be at the Joe's pretty soon. You think?
Oh,
I guess
God,
once a week you can. No, but Joe's isn't Jewish, see. What would be another good place for him to eat?
Fosberg's Deli in Hollywood.
Never heard of it.
Oh, they're great.
He could eat at Wolfie's if it was still there.
Yeah,
I guess the
I was
Rascal
just gonna
House is
say.
the closest thing we got left to Wolfie's because Wolfie Cohen originated. Wolfie Cohen is still dead, by the way. Yeah, what a sad, sad situation is. And he could eat at Pumpernicks if the old Yids hadn't put it out of business by stealing the silverware and the sweet and low.
And the carpet.
And everything else that wasn't tacked down. Here's a call from Pompino. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Hey, good. Listen, I'm going up to Toronto next week. Can you tell me where to go? Like the best place to go to?
Where to go?
Downtown?
To do what?
I'm just going on vacation. I already booked the flight, so I don't
Go
know
ahead.
what's that. I didn't book the flight yet.
Yeah. Go to Ottawa, man. That's the capital of Ontario. You like it real well there. Go see Froggy, Jean Chrétien. We got a real good Taco Bell here. I'll see you at the Eaton Center, okay, schmuck? 5670560, pound 560. Oh, I'm going to Vegas. Can you tell me a good gas station to gas up my rent-a-car? Huh? What's a good gas station?
Conoco.
Oh, no, not for me. Don't put that cheap gas. Well, maybe a rent-a-car, not in my Corvettes. Gas stations that you wouldn't, that's a good pull for you someday. No, seriously, like, as much as I love Godfathers, I would never get, Hess gas.
No, neither.
Because I think, it makes me think of, it makes me think of Rudolph Hess, which I realize I'm not saying that they have anything to do with that, which they don't.
They do.
But it just makes me think of that, plus it's cheap gas. Conoco, which didn't it used to be Tenneco?
Okay.
Depending on the part of the country that you're in, it's like, different names.
Right. Sunoco.
No, Sunoco's good.
I mean, we had that. I'm just naming obscure.
I don't think Sunoco is around anymore, is it?
I haven't seen it in a long time.
They're big up north.
Yeah, Sunoco's
Sunoco's
big up
all
north.
over the place.
See, what you gotta like about Sunoco is they have the different grades, not just your three different, like premium or regular or, whatever, but they have, like 85 different grades, and you like punch the thing up on there and you think you're getting like really good stuff. It's coming out of the tap. But, huh? Yeah, probably it's like half and half, 50-50, 50% gas and 50% water.
How about Sinclair?
Sinclair, is that the one with the dinosaur?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I never got no Sinclair.
Neither.
No, but you know what I'm talking
Sure.
about, the low rent district, real cheap, usually in marginal neighborhood kind of gas
Probably
stations. That
shouldn't mention them.
if you're driving a car, Citgo, would you put Citgo gas in yours? No way, Jose, man. In fact, if you ever heard Brian Murray say it.
Live and local. This is 560. The radio's all yours. QAM.
Can you hear me? got the ditto for you. Can't you fix your hearing? By now you should afford to. Oh, Rushy, 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 Rushy. What? What will you do with all 2 billion? Too bad for you, you hateful creeps. Lots of you overpaid this jockey. I might sound rude, but I'm not sorry.
Oh! 146. Not that we're piling on, are we?
Yes.
Good. You're not going to like this story.
All right.
Some U.S. troops in Iraq will have to wait until December. This is from The Guardian, the British paper. Will have to wait till December to get the military's best body armor, which is strong enough to stop bullets fired from assault rifles. Nearly a quarter of the 130,000 American troops in Iraq still have not been issued the newest body armor, which has ceramic plates to stop rifle rounds. Delays in funding production and shipping mean that the last of the needed 30,000, how many?
About 30, man.
30,000 sets of body armor won't be delivered to Iraq until December, more than 8 months after the war began. Congress approved $310 million in April to buy 300,000 more of the bulletproof vests, including 30,000 for troops in Iraq.
About 30, man.
But only about $75 million has reached the Army office overseeing the vest manufacture and distribution, said David Nelson, an official in that office. Used to be on Ozzie and Harry, didn't he?
Sure.
Angry members of Congress have denounced the Pentagon, saying as many as 44,000 troops lack the best vests because of a sluggish supply chain. Wait till you hear this. Relatives of some soldiers have resorted to buying body armor in the United States and shipping it to their troops, congressional critics say.
Along with toilet paper, toothpaste, everything else.
Representative Ted Strickland, Democrat of Ohio, said, I got a letter from a young soldier in Baghdad saying that the men in his group were concerned that they had cheap armor that was incapable of stopping bullets, and they wondered why they couldn't have the best protection possible under the circumstances. The House version of an $86.7 billion Iraq spending bill passed last week includes $251 million for body armor and for clearing unexploded munitions, although it's unclear whether additional money would speed the process at this point. And here comes the best part. President Bush's original request included no more money for body armor. I just mentioned that in passing, all you Bush lookers out there.
I missed that. I was daydreaming. Say it again.
President Bush's original request, well, let me read the whole paragraph. The House version of that $86.7 billion Iraq spending bill passed last week includes $251 million for body armor and for clearing unexploded munitions, although it's unclear whether additional money would speed the process at this point. President Bush's original request included no more money for body armor.
Oh, my God.
I just, like I said, mentioned that in passing.
Hey.
And, interestingly enough, President Bush's approval rating is back up. Had been declining in recent weeks, but it's moved back up, primarily due to big gains among men and among high-income Americans. According to, I can't imagine why, can you?
No.
A majority of registered voters say Bush deserves to be reelected, but only 38% say they will definitely vote for Bush, according to the poll, with exactly the same number saying they would vote against him. The battle for swing voters in the middle seems more important than ever. Howard Dean, God. In recent weeks, Bush's approval rating had slid as Democrats, especially... Howard Dean is the Arnold Schwarzenegger of the U.S., with a brain. See what I'm saying?
Okay.
He's the anti-establishment. He's the alternative. He's the choice.
He's going to pump them up.
He's going to pump up America and send the Bushes back to wherever the hell they come from, Texas. Bush's approval rating had slid in recent weeks, especially among those seeking the party's 2004 presidential blah, 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 blah. But administration figures are taking part in an aggressive public relations effort, explaining and lying through their teeth about the Iraq policy. They're dusting off Condoleezza and all these other goyim and shipping them out there and parading them around. And Bush is speaking out more on the economy. Now, that market, of course, this tremendous comeback that we've got now, right? And the people on the gambling channel, they're pumping it up. The Dow is up 13.71. The Nasdaq's up 3.12. I actually like the new look on there, even though they're a bunch of thieves and they all belong in jail.
Me too.
You know something? I don't like the new look.
Why not? Smaller.
No, but I don't like the crawl on the bottom. I just don't like the whole setup.
I do. It's more compact.
I don't. No, it's more compact, but you don't want it compact. You want it big. You want it jumping out at you. What do you want to see? Maria Bartiromo with his big bags under her
good
eyes?
Point. Like I said, make
that
it
ugly bitch. Every time she's on the screen, they ought to put up the whole crawl should cover her puss and her face. Disgusting, baggy-eyed bitch. Man, is she just grotesque. I'm Maria Bartiromo. See, she's kind of like Tony Dorsett. We used to be Tony Dorsett. And who's some of the other ones, Scott? Some of these athletes that change the way they pronounce their name?
Yeah.
But anyway, she used to be Maria Bartiromo. Oh, not Maria Bartiromo. Have you ever noticed that?
No. Bartiromo.
During the no, Maria Bartiromo. You better say it right, mister, or you're going to go to goddamn hell. Kill Bill bloodied up the box office. I meant to mention this yesterday because it's violent and grotesque and maybe the most violent movie of all time.
And I'll probably see it this weekend.
There you go, and we like it. We like a lot of violence. I don't want to see Train Spotting, though, because I don't want to do my duty. It was payback time for Quentin Tarantino and Uma Thurman at the box office. I wonder if she's kin to Ima Sumac.
Uma Mao.
At the box office, Papa Uma Mao is her daddy? At the box office is their vengeance saga Kill Bill Volume 1 Volume 1. Does that give you any ideas?
Mm-hmm.
Opened in first place with $22.7 million, according to studio estimates. The previous weekend's number one flick, The School of Rock, slipped to second place with 15.4. The Coen brothers' romantic comedy Intolerable Cruelty, starring George Clooney and Catherine Zeta-Jones, was debuted at number 3. Good Boy, a family flick featuring the voice of Matthew Broderick as a talking dog from outer space, premiered in fourth place with $13 million. And the weekend's other new wide release, the horror tale The House of the Dead, opened at number 6 with $5.5 million. In limited release, Clint Eastwood's Mystic River had an exceptional debut, taking in almost $600,000 in 13 theaters for a whopping average of $46,000. The dark murder drama starring Sean Penn, Tim Robbins, and Kevin Bacon expands to more theaters this week. Well, that sounds like it might be good.
Mm-hmm.
Mystic River?
Might be.
And especially if you used to live in Boston like I did and used to drive over that Mystic River Bridge. You ever been on a Mystic River Bridge?
No.
Ever been in Saugus?
No.
Ever been in Rockingham Park?
No.
Well, what the hell do you know?
Nothing.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Oh! They're all right-wing Nazi Republican motherfuckers. Yes. Sanctimonious phonies who would turn in their own mothers. I'll bet you're gonna save that when a gun's at your back as they make you board that train. Right-wing Nazi Republican motherfuckers. Well, it just ain't enough. Just have Rush, filling the airways with hatred. The radio is permeated with the likes of Dr. Laura, Bill Hendry, and Michael Reagan. They call it Clear Channel 'cause they're clearly out to make the message clear. The right-wing Nazi Republican motherfuckers. They're all right-wing Nazi Republican motherfuckers. For all the table-talking idiots who couldn't get any dumber. That are married to whatever they are told to believe and worship George as their king. Right-wing Nazi Republican motherfuckers. Well, the Democrats who crap their pants like a child at a scary movie have Terry McCullough who should go home and shut up 'cause he don't have a clue what he's doing. The Democrats have a death wish when it comes to deciding who they will run, and you can color them done if they run Joe Lieberman.
Oi!
Right-wing Nazi Republican motherfuckers. They're all right-wing Nazi Republican motherfuckers. Oh! Who get indignant if it isn't them that's getting a juicy Hummer. Just remember what I said when a gun's in your back as they make you board that train. right-wing Nazi Republican motherfuckers. They're all right-wing Nazi Republican motherfuckers. For all the table-talking idiots.
I bet you anything Pharrell's back tomorrow, Scott. I bet you anything. Dimes. I bet you George's life on it.
Pharrell's going to be back tomorrow.
I just have a feeling he'll be, And then, of course, Thursday is going to be that gigantic day when the book comes out. Wow.
Oh,
that is going to be pressure-packed. Either time is flying or I'm getting really old or both.
No, it flew by today. Had some fun.
I'm not talking about today. I'm talking about it seems like every other minute we're talking, we got another trend coming out. We got another book coming out. All these damn ratings, man.
Another book already?
Why don't they just say, okay, you guys are great. You've had number one for every year.
Right.
And that's it. Everybody who did well, just stick it in there. Everybody did poorly.
Absolutely.
We know they suck, and that's it. And what the hell is this thing you just sent me about the illiterate cave dwellers? We'll have to save that for tomorrow.
Okay.
In Pikeville, Kentucky. That's with a P.
Yahoo.
2 great selections for our poll just before the closing time. You're under the gun. Louis Anderson sucks. Man, you are absolutely
correct, sir.
Whoever you are, man, Louis Anderson bites the big one. Just blows. And Tucker, not Carlson with a bow tie. Tucker, our faxer, says, a late entry for your poll is Craig Kilborn. He is without a doubt the most unfunny late-night funny man. I dare you to try and watch him. I'll take your word for it, Tucker, okay? Craig Kilborn. Got it?
Got it.
Now, the good news for me is that for some strange reason, my homepage here got all dicked around.
Your homo page?
My homo page, and so I was able to vote twice more for Dennis Miller.
Excellent.
Well, I mean, it's good. He's only 24 ahead. He was up by
about 30, man.
So I just want to make sure we keep him right up there on top where he belongs. A boorish major asshole, about as funny as severe arthritis of the kneecap. Just a real piece of turd, Dennis Miller.
Speaking of the homepage, new picture.
Yes?
New picture.
Oh, we got a new picture on there? Well, I better click on it right now. One moment, please. Anybody hasn't seen our new Rush picture on there, you'll love that. In fact, you can probably order some of that stuff right on there. Don't we have a toll-free number to order?
Yeah.
And, oh, no. Siegfried and Gray at the Mirage is our good buddy.
Roy!
Is a little under the weather. Well, Gray Davis, you got to find something to do for crying out loud. Mad Dog is next to Humper at 4. Marlins and the Cubs must win desperate. 7 o'clock tonight.
Bye. The Neil Rogers Show on 560 WQAM, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
The blacks dealing with the sun and all of this kind of stuff.